Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, students of all ages, what's been? Made Establishment Townzie bringing y'all yet another Hero City podcast. It's only been maybe a few weeks, you know what I'm saying, maybe a month or so. Got 3 chapters in the tank this time. We got 3 in the chamber. Okay, it might be time. Got the homies with me once more. Y'all already know what's going on. Got the Emerald City. We got possibly the end of the arc. Possibly.
Hopefully.
Kind of a Christmas-ish episode-y, kind of, you know what I'm saying?
The Christmas episode when Deku loses his arms. Let's go.
Huh?
So, can I have some more limbs?
Huh?
I want limbs for Christmas.
Y'all think he gonna lose? Y'all think, wow, y'all, wow. Yeah. No, because it's like the scans come out on Christmas, and it's like, let him, like, lose a limb? That's... crazy.
I mean, Bakugo isn't doing any better. You might as well just get it over with.
I mean, at least I would be shocked at this point if Bakugo dies, but it's like he alright, you know what I'm saying, he good. He just got punctured in the spine.
He'll survive.
He still managed to like flop around and explode in the air and shit while he was rolling in the air somehow.
We didn't see him in the medical. We didn't see him in medical in that one chapter.
Yes, we did. We see him the last 3 chapters.
No, we didn't see him. You know how they had like a Zawa with the doctors and stuff? We didn't see Bakugo or Endeavor.
No, because Bakugo was still fighting and Endeavor was still there at the scene.
And we just saw them this chapter.
So they moved the Zawa enough?
We just saw them this chapter.
Right.
Yeah, like, because Aizawa was able to get away. Gran Torino is still alive. Like,
no,
I don't think that. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's literally alive. Okay, Portia.
He is confirmed dead. He is alive.
You may want him to die, but he's literally been shown alive, nigga. He's been shown alive. Now he might die.
His misery.
Fucking awful.
Yeah, dude, he is happy.
Not that. Wait, did you? So everybody just gonna let that slide by? Everybody just gonna let that slide by? Did nobody just hear her say she wanna be Winona? He want to be with Nana. Nobody. That's crazy.
I mean, I want to be with Nana, but you know.
Join the line.
I'm in the front, bitch. What? Fucking Bakugo and them, they was fighting. They running. And what I was about to say? Yeah. You talking about crying about fucking what's this shit? Gran Torino, motherfucker. Night Eye, I don't know why I just had a stroke. Night Eye just fucking, he had a hole in his damn torso. And he made it to the hospital for hours. But he made it to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder.
Same thing. He just got a dripping Reddit-sized hole in his stomach.
I wonder if somebody take his quirk though, low key. I do wonder that.
Who?
That like they harvest his quirk.
Why?
Who is his?
Night Eye.
Huh?
We're not on this again.
No. Anyway,
what?
So chapter 293.
Hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Huh? To chapter who now with the what win?
I'm just theorizing.
293. Which one was that? My boy Midio came back. Okay, I know people had some problems with the. You know, I understandable about him having problems with like the little airy flashback or whatever. But y'all gonna leave my fucking daughter alone. Y'all didn't need to see her train. Y'all alright. Y'all ain't need that. Y'all ain't get the rest of them ugly ass niggas in fucking 1A. Y'all didn't get none of they fucking training either. Y'all don't need it. Horikoshi don't want you to have it. Y'all don't get to see them train. No, you don't.
I want to see her develop into a unicorn.
Huh? I mean, I want to see Hero Eri. That's all I want. You can make OP work. Look at my nigga Gojo. You can make OP work. Look at his cousin Superman. And his nephew Goku.
Okay, so many people hate Superman. That is a really bad comparison.
What? He's one of the most popular heroes ever. I don't care.
And people hate him.
I know people hate him, but people are anime people. Those people hate him. Anime people hate him. Regular people who know that Superman actually got a story, who read comic books,
right?
Wrong.
No,
what is his story?
The Death and Life of Superman is absolutely one of the best like comic books that I've ever read. Like, it was a huge series, but it was really good. OP can absolutely be done well. I do not have a problem with Eri. I did not like Horikoshi's execution of it, but it's fine. I've come to terms with the fact that I have come to terms with the fact that we discussed it on a previous podcast, but My Hero Academia is good, but it is not going to be great. Horikoshi will not push those bounds. I need.
All right, round one.
No.
Round one, Sherm.
Can I finish talking?
Yeah. I'm gonna mute
All right.
myself.
Fight.
After these 3 chapters, I have just felt dissatisfied and unfulfilled with this arc as a whole, which I did explain more in the Discord with the confirmed deaths and etc. His writing is not bad. It's not a bad arc. I just wanted more. I wanted it to be better. I have to lower my expectations to have hype for My Hero as it is right now. And that I don't dislike it. It's fun. It's entertaining, but it's like a B+ summer blockbuster. That's how it is.
Not the B+
This
players.
fan isn't enough. All right, let me go turn this one on now.
Okay, rebuttal. Rebuttal.
Oh, I mean, it'd be Twitchy's rebuttal. I thought it was alright. You know what I'm saying? Listen, okay. Technically speaking, I'm not met. Most of the things happen that I said was gonna happen. Now, but it's like I, annoyingly enough, also said I really don't think we're gonna end off on a fucking Dobby note, right? And as far as I'm concerned, it's a fucking Dobby note. But leave it as far as I'm concerned. No, okay, we got compressed things, okay. But the high point of the arc, Dobby. I thought it was gonna be a high point, but it's like I guess that was the high point was in the middle of like when they was inside of the vestige, all that around there. That was a streak, you know what I'm saying? Around there was a streak of chapters, but like I just expect, just like Sherm said, I expected a little more. Even though, like I said, exactly what I said was happening happened, and like I guess that's not exactly a great thing because like I know when I'm talking about One Piece, nothing that I say happens, and the shit ends up raw. Maybe that means I'm not raw at storytelling because when I think something regular happens and it happens, I'm just like, you got it. It was clean, spectacular, but I liked it. It was solid. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, a little bit more meat. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more off the edge, you feel me? All for One just came save the day. Alright, you got it.
No, I feel you. I see where you're coming from too.
Because I want to say like I got a 7 so far, maybe for this arc. 7 or 8. I don't want to.
Yeah, I would think that 7 is a fair score because it's just like everything that I have been reading outside of Shonen Jump and the other things in it, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, even Undead Unluck, have just been really surprising me.
Undead Unluck is going crazy.
Right? It's really unsurprising, and they are more enjoyable for me to read. It's come to the point that I will read My Hero, I still enjoy it, but I want to get to the other things beforehand. I'm not gonna drop My Hero. I still want to read it. I would love for Horikoshi to surprise me in the future. I would love for him to build me up and make me hype for his manga. Again, it's just I'm at this point, things have surpassed it while it's stayed the same good, consistent quality.
Yeah, and you're right. It's been consistent. You spitting there. It is consistent. You were definitely spitting there. But I just agree. It's like the last, because it's like it's been like 300-ish. It's been like 300-ish chapters, and it's like I don't like to compare, but it's like it's another shonen in the magazine, other shonen in the magazine, and you just see, I don't want to say more happening, but more happening. And it's just like from a story perspective, not actual actions happening, but like more storytelling happening. Did that make sense?
Yeah, like because the war arc in JJK has been going about 50 chapters, and I think and I think that the My Hero
50 chapters of
about the
pure
same or
gas. It's been 50 chapters of heat for no reason, for zero reason
right,
at all.
and the My Hero one I think is around on the same length or a little less, but like in terms of delivery and what we got with the emotional weight, it got like we were talking earlier, Townzie and I, and they were side by side at the beginning, but My Hero just kept that consistent, and JJK jumped up, especially these last couple chapters,
Because
in
it's
terms of delivery and breaking bounds
delivery.
and
You got
Yeah.
it's big on the delivery. You're right.
it's
What up,
all
Wolf?
about the execution.
I actually enjoyed it up to 294, but 295, like, I wouldn't say it's a letdown, but like, yeah, it didn't live up to like, because when I saw Shiggy wake up, that was like, wow. And then I flipped the page and it's just all for one, and I was like, okay, so like, is he gonna like disintegrate the town? And then the next thing, just a bunch of Nomu came and like, picked him up and ran off.
Okay.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. That said, I'm not gonna have like a fixed judgment on it until I actually see the post-war arc like effects. And unless like I'm pretty sure that this arc is completely concluded, I'm gonna like I'm not gonna rate it like what it is right now, because my head is just like still like filled with a lot of details that I've missed. So I can definitely see where Sherm's point of view is there, but in the same case, like there are a few things that are left out, and depending on how he writes it, it's good. But as of now, I can see what Sherm is putting across.
It just has. It just it was hidden. It was hidden. It was hidden before, but it's just like I don't know. It's just not. It's not what it was in the beginning. There was definitely stacked up at first. It was that arc started off on fire. But it's like even before this arc, I was like salty of things getting skipped. Like fucking what's it called? Any other training not Deku?
A training, right?
Other training that's not fucking Deku's, Bakugo and Todoroki. That's why it's just like, oh, well, this was like, you can't expect this. That's why I'm like, you can't expect to see Airy Train if literally nobody else in fucking one Airy Train.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I've mentioned in the Discord, once this arc is completely finished, I am going to binge it and just see if reading weekly has me a little sideways here, and if MHA is better on a binge, which Twitchy would be able to answer if reading these 3 chapters in a row had more impact than he would have thought reading them separately. But as it is, I just feel it's good.
Guys, I don't understand how My Hero has fallen from all of your graces. It's
still good. It didn't fall from my graces.
But like you were saying, it was neck and neck with JJK, and then you said it just fell off. Like I have been vibing.
Fell off ain't the word. Fell off is not the word.
In comparison.
That's not the word.
Rise. It stayed the same. JJK rose. It didn't fall off.
I don't have the context to compare the two.
Right.
So
that's more so how I see it. It's like My Hero is consistently as good as it was the entire time. Did it fall off? No. JJK just got fucking better. it just got better. And it's just like the shit that it did. It was just like, oh, so you just want to fuck with my whole life. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
Chainsaw Man was like that for a while too, but then then even Chainsaw Man started kind of being the same in my opinion. Not the same, but just like stagnated. But why'd you just guys and just like so you just gonna fuck me up? Cool. Bet. All right, you got it.
So the way I see it is that, like, I think up until the last 3-4 pages of chapter 295, I would have given this arc personally. I would have given this arc a 10 because so far it's been my favorite arc so far. Despite like obviously there's been development on both sides, but it's been amazing. But then the last 3 pages of 295 just made me like I wouldn't put it at a 290. I wouldn't put it as a 10 now, seeing as things haven't like concluded or there's no resolute thing for it. But I would put it at probably a 9 maybe.
Yeah, I was
based
capping.
on the last 3 things.
I was capping about the 7. It's definitely 8 for me. It's definitely 8 for me.
Yeah,
But that's to say like NBA was a fucking 10 for me. So that's my fucking standard right there. NBA. And this arc didn't even no.
And it's not like it was.
No.
It's not even like it wasn't like set up for Shiki to destroy. Because literally, like 3 chapters ago, we see him being like, "I'm itchy, I itch for destruction."
I was
and all
ready.
that.
I was ready.
And
Where did the itch
exactly.
go? It was me and you talking about that. Me and you was ready. Where's my itch, man? Damn. He said, I got an itch, but Maki and you go do it. Now Maki is down. I'm like, fuck. Where's my itch, man? If you don't destroy this city, if you don't murder all these niggas right now.
See,
That
I
man
think
is fucked
that
up,
kind of plays into why you guys aren't feeling it as much as.
Oh, I'm just talking shit. Trust me.
Well, even so, I think it's just an expectations because My Hero, I don't know what it is, if it's just because it's boomed in popularity, but the expectations are not what they should be for this series. And again, this is my own opinion. You guys feel free to feel however you feel.
Because I sure disagree.
My hero excels in the subtlety. I've said this before, and I'll say it until the cows come home. Like even in 293.
Well, we said it was consistent.
What was that?
We said it was consistent. Yeah. The subtlety
but I think
is
it
consistent.
excels.
It's consistently subtle. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
My man. My man.
I agree. It's consistently subtle, but you know what I'm saying? That's about it. Know what I'm saying? I love it though. I love this
I
shit.
think what Twitch is trying to say is that, like, especially for a series like My Hero, it has way more expectation than most other series out there. Maybe because of its popularity, or maybe because it's such a. I mean, like the underlying of heroes and villains is like. I wouldn't say generic, but also like everybody can relate to it to some extent. Right?
I feel like that's the thing with. I feel like that's the thing with anything that's the most popular in Shonen Jump because Jujutsu Chainsaw Man been getting shit on, Black Clover been getting shit on. I've been helping. I see motherfuckers shit on niggas shit on Jujutsu Kaisen all the time. The amount of niggas that shit on this Attack on Titan season is fucking horrendous. Not season. This last arc is horrendous. Like I think it's a popular manga thing, not a My Hero thing. It's like it's not only happening with My Hero.
People do want to go against the grain.
Not in this call though. Not in this fucking call though.
No, like I don't know.
I don't know about that, sir.
Like because you said it's
like a you problem
about expectations and everything, and I realize having high expectations is not the fault. Like us having high expectations is not Horikoshi's fault at all.
See, that was and those weren't even my expectations.
I will admit that I had lower expectations before we started this podcast. Once we started on this podcast and theorizing, that got me excited and like really wanting things. So that makes sense.
We literally got that, Sherm. Like we were talking about the OG relationship that Mr. Compress. Right.
No, I really enjoyed the compress stuff. I did, unless he dies. If we got that reveal just for him to die, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't miss compress dying. I think he's getting shipped off to Tartarus with Gigantomachia, and that's gonna set up the Prison Break arc. You guys, I don't know. My Hero stand. Call me what you want, but like,
that's not what it is. It's like I said, it's not like we're saying it decreases in value or anything like that. It's just where it is just where it's gonna be. You feel me? It's just like where it is just where it's gonna be. It's not like to say it's not hype, not dope.
Right.
I can't say something like that, but it's like nah.
I absolutely cannot speak for you, Twitchy. But when you get around to reading Jujutsu Kaisen, if you compare the arcs that we are currently in, you might have a better insight of where we're coming from.
Because it's not like we have an expectation. Did Jujutsu Kaisen arc just been that good? It's just been that good, and they've been going on for relatively the same amount of time. That's really it's not really expectation. It's more so.
I can respect that, but Townzie, even admitted yourself, you like the concept of JJK more. So in a comparison that's, even if it's really close, like Sherm said, neck and neck, like you're gonna have a natural preference to JJK in comparison to My Hero.
See, but it's like, even then, like even then, it's like exactly what I said. Like what I was thinking was gonna happen. It's like Ty, they fucking leave, and that's it. Now, mind you, I was kind of talking shit when I said that, but it happened. But it fucking happened, and it's like, it's not like those crazy things that I said, the itch that I want so bad. That's a one. That's not an expectations. I surely didn't expect that out of fucking My Hero. For them just to kill everybody in the city, I surely didn't expect that shit. But it's like, I wanted it. It would have been dope. But it's just like, I just knew that wasn't gonna happen. I was like, what I thought was gonna happen happened. It just like, it just wasn't as interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just wasn't as interesting as that to me. It just wasn't. But that's not why it went down though. Because it's just like, if this is the last chapter of the meat of the meat of the arc, you know what I'm saying? It was cool, but like, MVA, that's my shit, baby. Still top one. If there's, but like I said, I also want to see, like Grin said, I want to see the other shit. You know what I'm saying? The aftermath, because the aftermath always hit. Aftermath arcs, boy. Aftermath arcs be where it's at. One Piece, Claymore, Berserk.
Oh my God,
them aftermath arcs be hitting for no reason. So I'm trying to see what's going on in this aftermath arc. Because like I said, I still got it as an 8. I don't dislike the art. I don't hate I like this art. It's probably my second favorite. Yeah, I like this arc more than you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna think about that. Wolf, I know you was about to say words like 3 times. What's popping? What's good, my brother?
Hey, bro, nah, I was wrong as wood. So I felt like Horikoshi was like either he just like wants to rush the ending for like the past like 3 to 4 chapters. I felt like he kind of wanted to rush the ending, just like get the shit out the way now.
Do you think so?
Like, yeah, because we've been waiting so long for Maki to actually show up, and then the fact that he just got down like 2 chapters after showing up, it was like, oh yeah, he kind of wants to end it.
That is definitely one thing. I was hyping Maki this whole time.
Hold up. We can't on one hand complain about the fact that Makio's down, and then on the other hand also praise the fact that Momo's plan went through. That's
it's not necessarily that. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say, let's not forget the fact that this man ran through 20 cities, destroying everything in his path.
Right, but like he also supposedly bodied a lot of heroes. If we had seen that fight, we wouldn't have a problem. And the problem is we didn't see him really do anything besides go against.
And I swear to God, if the
Mount
thing,
Lady,
I swear to God, if the
we
thing
didn't
happens,
see him do anything.
Not with people we care about. He ran through 20 cities. Who cares about those cities?
No,
we don't know anyone about those cities.
I'm actually gonna side with Tucci here. I'm gonna side with Tucci here. We actually did see him because we saw him fight against Kirishima, Aishido. He was fighting against Fatcom, and
he was boxing with Mount Lady. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Mount Lady, come on,
boxing
man.
with my baby.
Yeah, he was boxing with.
But no, I was
we didn't see him
hyping.
fight against people we cared about. So,
But I see what y'all mean.
I see what both of y'all mean. We did see shit out your boy Maki. I was just hyping him pulling up to like I thought when he got there, man. Listen, it's like everything. See, that's the thing about it. It feels like everything culminated to that one point, in that one spot, and it was good. But it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It's like how everything. I hate to compare again, but everything. And listen. You got to understand this comparison because I don't give a fuck about Naruto. But it's like how everything. It's like how everything culminated to Naruto versus Sasuke Part 1, and that shit was raw. Everything about it, the end of it, Sasuke looking over your boy, leaving, and you. Listen, that's when I actually. I'm saying, listen. I know my listen. Don't fuck with me with my Naruto knowledge, nigga. Don't mess. No. I talk shit, but I just talk shit. No, you know what I'm saying? But nah,
damn! It's almost like you're praising Naruto for the exact same thing that happened at the end of 295. Wild.
But like the
villain that needs to be saved. I'm fucking dead.
No, it's not even that.
The villain didn't need to be saved. Sasuke beat that nigga ass and left.
Shiggy whooped these asses and left.
No, he didn't. He needed to get saved. Shiggy needed to get saved.
He regulated, bro. He
We're
regulated.
not gonna argue that. Come on.
So if All For One didn't come over, if All For One didn't take over, they would have still
All
got
For One
away.
is Orochimaru. Stop.
They would have got away.
Actually worse.
Hey, Shiggy
You
needs
really
to
want to
back
go
out.
down
That's
this
all I
road?
gotta say.
No.
I think he's worse, but I mean, I'm not going to get into all that because I'm a chill. Vaughn, you want to go?
No,
You literally just praised
no.
Naruto.
No, hold on,
and
don't breeze.
slandered my
No,
hero in
Portia,
the
don't
same
breeze by
breath.
that. Portia, don't breeze by that. Worse as in worse character than Orochimaru, or worse as in like a worse like person for what he's doing. Actually,
I think worse person.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
Worse
I think
person?
He's Orochimaru way worse than him. He was experimenting on kids.
Okay, never mind. You got it. Nah.
Taking kids' bodies and shit.
I mean,
Never mind.
All
You
For
got
One
it.
was also
All For
doing
One
that
had the
shit.
doctor. The doctor was
All
doing
For
that,
One
and
was
All
just
For One was saying
manipulating.
okay.
Nah, that was like manipulating quirk. Nah, hold on.
No,
Nah, Orochimaru was different.
Johnny is a child. Johnny
Nah,
is the doctor's,
Have you seen
like,
my nigga
grandson.
Kimimaru? Have you seen?
No, but still. Okay, but Vaughn should go first before I say my recap because I think, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we talked about so far. We just here. Go, somebody.
Oh yeah,
No,
shit.
Vaughn
I
was
just
trying
felt
to
like
say
Horikoshi was rushed though. Like he
Yeah,
rushed it towards the end. I felt like
Yeah,
he didn't want to
speak
give
on that.
Shiggy everything. Once we seen the 70%, he was just like, okay, so we're gonna just have him display what he can and
I
use
feel you.
him as a plateau for Deku. So now that we have Deku unlocking all the rest of the quirks, now when we do the time skip, it'll make a little bit more sense versus them just busting up out of nowhere. And then you also have the fact where now you guys are saying you want the repercussions of the arc in of itself, and that's another reason why he rushed, because the peak of the arc was the Dabi situation at the end.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be pretty much the initial or the big impact for the aftermath.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like he just like
I
rushed the
feel
last
that.
couple chapters. Like we seeing everything that we actually wanted to see, but he just rushed the last couple chapters just so he can get to the next arc.
Because the
So what
aftermath.
more
Because
would
the
you
aftermath
like
is
to
what
watch?
matters,
Next
huh?
5 to 10 chapters, Wolf.
Huh?
What would you want to see to not have it feel rushed, in your opinion, for these next 5 to 10 chapters?
5 to 10 chapters. I hopefully get to see more of Shigaraki's mental state.
But isn't
let
that
me
more
think.
so like aftermath, not necessarily?
But that's what I mean by the aftermath, because you can't really take it back now. They didn't already stated that he lost. So at this point, now we're just transitioning over to the aftermath. But if it was a little bit more fleshed out in regards to him waking back up versus us getting just 2 pages, we could have got like a chapter of him just devastating something and then finally getting exhausted and leaving. But he really didn't make a big impact, or as big as of an impact than Dabi did in regards to shaking the hero society to his core. All you can really say is he just like destroyed some cities.
I feel
so
that.
yeah, it's a casualty, but he didn't have the impactful meaning that's gonna have every individual shaking in his boots. It's more like, well, damn, he ran through 20 cities, but that shit don't affect me. Just like what bro said, fuck them 20 cities. We don't give a fuck about that, but it doesn't affect us. You feel me? So it's the same way.
Right, and also the heroes were there evacuating people in those cities and helping them out. It feels like that we're going right back to UA in school, and that's not the vibe that we wanted.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
First, we get the funeral arc.
It feels
then we
a
get
lot.
the depression arc, and then
It feels a lot more positive than I wanted it to be. Like, because with the villains losing twice, and if Compress gets locked up, and the only hero casualty is Crust, that is a big L for the villains.
Hero
Didn't lose
are-
much.
Sorry, Crust, Midnight, the Pussycats,
We don't know. See, that's the
See-
thing. None of that is confirmed yet. I'm only
but the
talking
problem,
about the
but the
confirmed
problem is, the problem with that is that is like why it's like I don't. That's why I was like I'm just saying like for me, this arc is just like there's just no way I could put it over like MVA just because of like straight just like how good it was like the storytelling in it, just like how it was produced. But it's like with it's like I lost my train of thought. Fucking with this arc, it just wasn't.
things were teased that we never got. Like we know nothing about Monoma's team. If that's in a flashback, that's weak. I wanted to see that as it's happening. You can't tease us in the arc and not give us it.
See, I think we was expecting too much, honestly.
See,
Right,
but it's like
we're like superhero comic books.
If there was not a line talking about Monoma's special team, I wouldn't have expected to see it. Right? Horikoshi gave me that expectation.
Why do you need
I
to
remember
see
what I
it
was.
now?
I remember what I was. I
You
remember.
see
I
it
kind of
in,
remember.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I kind of remember what I was gonna say before. It's just that like, we just kind of gotta remember that it happened like this, and it's like the heroes technically got more casualties. And the heroes are the one who started this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like the heroes are the one that started this shit. It's like, yeah, we wanted the villains to win, but it's like technically speaking, the heroes still the ones that got the upper hand on the villains. They had to play reactive. They had to play reactive, and they still did more. That's the that's the thing about it for me. That's why it's like I'm not gonna say I like surely hate it didn't do it for me exactly. It's not MVA for me. But okay, I can't say it didn't do it like that for me because this arc did hit. But it wasn't NBA caliber for me. But it was just like the heroes are the ones who started this shit, and they still the ones that got fucked up the worst. They still the one Mount Lady bodied, all half of fucking 1A bodied, all these niggas bodied, and it's like it didn't end like we wanted it to. But like the villains went crazy. I can't say like it's not wanted to, but.
If it wasn't a preemptive strike, it would have ended like we wanted to.
It's like not that I wanted to, because I mean,
but then we just invalidate the entire arc if we say that. Like
What?
That's not.
Say
I don't
what?
know.
I agree with Tucci, like because it shows that the heroes made initiative by doing the preemptive strike. It shows that they were aware of the moves that the villains were doing.
Yep.
So there, obviously, that shows progression on the heroes' side as how they're actually actively taking a part in the heroes. They're not just sitting back, laid back. That said, I do want to bring up the fact that Twitchy, you said about the the final fight part 1 of Naruto where Sasuke and Naruto fight. So the one thing I feel that was set up, like me and Townzie said, that was the itch, right? It was set up by Horikoshi, and the reason I kind of feel like, I wouldn't say disappointed as such, but like let down slightly maybe, is because essentially the point is when we had the part 1 fight between Naruto and Sasuke, you remember when Sasuke had that, like, we already knew Sasuke was a prodigy and he was like, he had learned Chidori and all of that. But during that specific fight, he had this weird transformation that we hadn't seen before. Remember the weird dragon kind of thing that we saw for the first time in the Orochimaru thing?
Yeah.
That was like a level up for them. And then you saw Naruto's level up with the Nine-Tailed Foxes thing. Now,
Okay.
that wasn't set up, right? But it was a level up, kind of like a mild growth. Now, what
Seen
I
two new
kind of felt
quirks.
let down.
We've
I
seen
agree.
2 new quirks upgrade for Deku, and then we've seen this like Angel of Death mode from Shigaraki. He's got the original All for One.
Black.
I would say that's as much of a shock as the Sasuke reveal for the new Sage Jutsu mode. Like,
I'm still upset.
you guys are saying everything that I'm like understanding, but you just aren't putting the points together. Like I'm putting them together.
I don't
No,
know.
I say two
See,
new
like,
quite. You talking
I-
about Black Whip and flying?
No, I agree.
I-
Deku definitely had a level up. That's 100%, and that's fine for me. The only thing I had a crux with is basically like what Sherm said. Like, if there wasn't a mention of the itch, because we've seen that literally one time, and the last time we saw that was during MVA, just before he annihilated the entire city. Right? And between the ending scene of MVA and between this specific page of the panel, there hasn't been really need for Shiki to do that. And even then, when he was fighting Endeavor, Bakugo, Todoroki, Deku, Aizawa, everybody without his quirk, single-handedly, that was insane.
That was more hype than this.
That was bad. But the point I'm trying to make is that since he set it up, right, I was extremely anticipating, because that seems like, I wouldn't say like Shigaraki's signature move, but like, if you know what I mean, like, since that was clearly set up in the arc, it just felt like it needed to be fulfilled, which is what I'm trying to.
I actually feel exactly what you mean. Actually, and to build off that, like, it literally exactly that. All of like, it feels like a setup arc. it's like the setup, like the Dabi shit. It felt good. It was good, but it still felt like setup. Everything the past 3 chapters have felt like setup, but it's probably over.
And I know that it could be setting up the rest of the series. Last chapter, the one thing I want to bring up is the shockwave around Gigantomachia. A lot of people are saying that's basically the radio waves. Now, if that had been like, here's the thing, in the last 3 pages or something, when All for One is like, it's okay, Iguchi-kun, he lost to Endeavor and Deku. I'm like, when I read that, I was like, no, he didn't. He whooped their ass without a quirk.
No. Hold up. That's not right.
I think that's more of like he failed his expectations of what he was going to do after the entire upgrade.
I actually don't like that All for One took over at all. I hate that shit.
What I would have preferred for me is essentially like if the disintegration did happen and then All for One took over and was like, okay, now we have to bounce. That would have been like more fulfilling, and like that would have felt better paced for me personally. It doesn't take away anything, because obviously that is my expectations and something I hope that would have been the thing. But like at the end of the day, it does come down to Horikoshi and the way he wants to write his manga. So as a writer, I don't have a way of saying that no, this is not it.
But I feel like the compressed moment wouldn't come in if that was the case. If Shigaraki were to do that, I don't think Compress would have his moment of the grand escape that he was going to do for them.
Well, I mean, Compress still had to free Shigaraki before he would have dusted the second time. But real fast, I want to go back to Deku getting the Danger Sense quirk, which upset me personally.
That part,
hang on. I hated it, and that's why I wanted to talk about this arc about. But no, I hated it so much.
Spotty Deku?
What upset me?
Oh, it's been confirmed. My nigga got web slinging powers now.
What upset me about it was we had a chapter earlier where All Might gave all the journals to Deku, and that 4th user's quirk was blacked out. So Deku should not have that. We then had another conversation with Bakugo and All Might talking about why it was crossed out. So the fact that Horikoshi told us twice that Deku shouldn't know what it is, and Deku just knew, like that.
That's fucking wild.
Hold up. No, he crossed out everything about it. So
he could have stolen it.
Hold on, let me make this point, because
Deku actually stole the quirk.
This is what I was freaking out about earlier when I was rereading 293. Okay, Danger Sense. Who crossed out the quirk, and also whatever little knowledge that they had of the 4th user? It was All Might. If you look at this arc, when Deku has quote-unquote activated Danger Sense, there is almost a vertical white lightning bolt. He looked at Best Genist. As soon as he looked at Best Genist, who was coughing up a ton of blood, then that white lightning bolt came down on top of his head. Then he looked at Todoroki, had that same white lightning bolt come on down. And I haven't had a chance to go back and look at this, but I'm also pretty sure that he saw that same lightning bolt when Bakugo got stabbed through the stomach. Now, why am I bringing this all up? If you guys remember the uncomfortable relationship between All Might and Sir Night Eye, if Deku has a quirk that can now essentially predict when someone will die in front of him, the parallelisms just make me dizzy.
Right. My only thing is, because we were shown that Deku shouldn't know what it is twice, he shouldn't have known by its name.
He just figured, yes, it has to be the danger sense quirk.
The fourth user was the one that woke him up in the start of 295.
Well,
get up.
Wake up or get up. It's just not, we have a conversation, here's my quirk.
Yeah, that's definitely, I theorized that at the beginning, but it's just like, do we know that? Not at all. But it's like, I theorized that. I mean, we theorized that. He's like, he just says, could it be his quirk? He just says, wake up. He gets up and say nothing about it. Where's Todoroki? It happened again.
It is also ambiguous whether you could read what All Might crossed out or not. It was almost like it's one of two things. Either you could not read it, or you could read it, but you're kind of considering why, or you're questioning why All Might would cross it out in the first place. I think it's the latter.
I think
it's
that's
the
five.
latter
I
that
think
we
that's,
should have known as the audience.
Yeah, I think that's 5 hit. We would have known
ruins
as the audience.
that ruins the name reveal in this chapter. I
don't think the name. I don't think is that. What?
Yeah,
I don't even think it was worth that. At this point, I don't even like. I wasn't hyped for the day. I wasn't hyped for Danger Sense. Like it's like I feel it. I understand exactly what you mean, but it's like if it's like that, I don't even think it was worth that build up. I don't think that was even worth it. I don't like why cross it out. I don't. That didn't help or hurt. Well, hurt. I guess it didn't hurt it. I didn't care. It was like oh yeah, wait, wasn't that the one that was fucking crossed out? I was crossed out there.
Like the expectations set by Horikoshi by that and how he executed it just don't.
I thought he was gonna be able to turn like a Voltorb and blow himself up.
It's fine, but it could have been executed so much better, building off of what he previously gave us. He just didn't. He like set something up and then went in a different direction, is what it feels like, which is fine, but it's just not. It doesn't mesh.
So
he said,
we're presuming based on that there's nothing more to Danger Sense. I agree with Twitchy that I think it's the latter. This to be fair, I didn't honestly see this coming. That's one thing I didn't see. Like I didn't see him getting the 4th user score kind of early, like this early, seeing as that he just got like he used float a while back, like a couple of chapters ago, but still in this arc. So I didn't see him getting the 4th user score so quickly. I also think that there's a little bit more to the 4th user's quirk. It fits with Deku's character and why All Might is concerned for Deku, because Deku is reckless by nature. Just using his base quirk, he's reckless. Like he breaks his limbs. Can you imagine the amount of times he'll be doing shit if he finds out that if he finds out that Deku can now predict somebody in danger? You just go and do even more crazy shit. But the point I'm trying to make is I think there's a little bit more to the Danger Sense quirk than we're seeing.
Yes, I've got a theory on it.
I would hope
he did say he has a headache when he was using it. So I was like, maybe it's some sort of mental strain. Maybe he might get a stroke or like, I honestly, I don't know, but there is some backlash to this quirk that is not being revealed here. And I think it makes sense that Horikoshi has done it in that way. So I didn't really have an...
So I understand like with Horikoshi doing it. I feel like I've already said incompetence on All Might once before, but it sounds like incompetence with All Might because it's like, why are you hiding a quirk for somebody who it's his quirk? Why are we not telling him his own quirk? Because
you're assuming he knows the ins and outs of the quirk. He said he was researching it the entire time.
But he did.
If he only has rumors of the quirk,
why wouldn't
based
he tell
on
him the
secondhand knowledge,
why wouldn't he tell him that? It's his quirk. I think it might be like that just in case
there's
shit
a
happens.
downside to it.
If he was fighting Shigaraki the whole time, Danger Sense pull up, headache, boom, dead. Imagine what? That's what I'm saying. It's like if they just popping out of nowhere.
It's gonna show up, boom, imagine anyway. There's no training that.
Right, but like it just so happened to happen when he's not in danger. Yeah, it just it just so happened to happen when he's not in danger. Yeah, you love to see it. He's not in Shigaraki's face, not Danger Sense.
Okay, so you ever heard of that saying that says that like no information is better than giving half information? Like half knowledge is more dangerous than having no knowledge at all. So I think this is one of those situations that maybe All Might found out that like him having less knowledge on this particular topic, and that's why he's researching it, could prove to be more dangerous if he told Midoriya like something without like doing enough research. Which is why I think All Might, like, he's somebody, even though he doesn't have his quirk anymore, he was the greatest hero of all time. He went through shit, he has experiences, and he has enough of a brain to figure out that half knowledge is more dangerous than having no knowledge at all. So I think All Might did make the better decision by not telling Deku, especially if it's a quirk he doesn't know completely about. Because imagine if the backlash for using Danger Sense was extremely like powerful or something really, really tough, right? Then if he just said, oh yeah, it allows you to sense danger, then Deku would use it recklessly without even thinking about the potential like consequences of it having it. Now, but if new information were introduced that using Danger Sense causes you to, forget things or lose memories or some shit like that, he'd be like, oh shit, now I have to be more precise and like figure out when I want to use this and how much I want to use it.
What if training with the quirk is what causes the backlash? Like you said, if you like train your mental and then you start losing your memory.
Why wouldn't he tell him that?
I don't think that
because he lost his memory. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think that necessarily be the case with the Spider Sense Deku though, because like even when you look at Marvel comics, all Spider Sense do is just provide him with a lot of pain, which deviates his attention from other things.
So
if he does need to have all of this focus while maintaining multiple quirks, then that pain itself would just deviate or will pretty much overcompensate for his focus for you of developing the quirks. My bad, I'm trying to lock my blunt and shit. But yeah, pretty much.
Head ass boy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just like how y'all say it might be some more. I agree that it could be, and if it's not, this slander pack is about to hit.
I'm not gonna even lie to you, Mr. Twitchy. I don't really like the ambiguous lightning thing though, bro. I'd rather have it do like a future sight from One Piece type of thing where he actually sees the person about to die, then he has to make an executive decision, because that's all My Hero is about, just about choices.
No, I think that it's kind of tragic if he can't do anything about it, and then it also parallels back to what Night Eye said. If I look into someone's future and see them die, I've tried everything, and it was sort of like the nail in the coffin that quote unquote killed All Might. So the fact that he can have this quirk, not be able to turn it off, not be able to do anything about the people about to die, that's so tragic. Like for the greatest hero of all time, you can't save someone right in front of you no matter what you do.
Do you know all I needed for it to kind of hit more for me? I needed him to just have a headache and start noticing things and not give it a name. He shouldn't have known the name.
That's kind of wild.
All difference for me.
It's kind of wild.
That's kind of how I was on that.
I mean, I guess I don't think having a name hurts.
Yeah, I don't think either. It doesn't really matter to me.
I don't think it's that.
I think the whole context is what matters to me. The whole context to his use of the quirk is what matters to me. Plus, just think about it. All Might has said multiple times throughout the series that you can't save everybody, right? Even if you save one person here, somebody else somewhere else is going to die, right? You can't be everywhere.
See, the thing
so can you just imagine Deku having this quirk and like the tragedy of having that just constantly like affect in reality?
He could be walking down the main streets of Tokyo and just see dead people walking. Like, I just
Imagine somebody imagine.
I will say that.
All I'm saying is imagine somebody actually telling you you'd see that based other than imagine somebody telling you you're gonna see these dead people as opposed to just finding out you just fucking talking to somebody having a conversation and it's like, oh, I'm dead, huh?
Not good, Townzie.
It's like I'm not, like nothing y'all have said have made me like, yes, all for one. I mean, all for one, my dumb ass. All Might should have just hated. Nah, none. I hear what y'all saying, and it's like it's agreeable. I really don't agree.
I think what's gonna happen
no matter what, it's his quirk, and
like,
he has the right to like, even if it's a rumor, he has a right to like know what's possible. You know what I'm saying? He's lucky that it happened to him when he wasn't in danger.
And that's why he knows about it at all, because All Might didn't completely scratch it out or cover it up. He could have took a Sharpie to that. No, he didn't.
There's a flash, if we get a flashback and it was like, yes, I could read it the whole time, dick.
Absolutely awful.
I just don't want the
dick.
We had two things.
I'd be so sad.
I just want the danger quirk to become a
go back. I can read it the whole time. I hate all of you because he brought it up like multiple times.
Probably didn't say shit is because the way the fourth user died. We still don't know the way he died, what caused him to die, how he died, like, what was the thing, right? So there might be something linking between his quirk.
Yeah, that's why I said yes.
Just imagine Deku's walking down the street, right? And he's like, oh shit, somebody in the alley or to my right is gonna die. They're gonna get stabbed. He goes there, and before he can turn like on the left or somebody's gonna get hit by a car, can you just imagine with his over-analytical ass how much he'll have to think? He's like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I go there? How do I go there? And it's like
it would be too much. It would be too much.
I think.
Quick comment before I talk about my review for the arc. Didn't Deku technically feel that when he was fighting? What's his name? The guy with the who said like quirks are like poison. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Overhaul.
Yeah, Overhaul. Didn't he technically feel that?
What?
With Overhaul, the fourth user's quirk?
No.
I don't think so. I think it's only showed up this arc.
What instance are you referring to? You just said fighting.
I'm saying when he was like the final fight when they were fighting and Night Eye couldn't really track it. Remember Night Eye?
They were just fighting. They were just fucking Dragon Ball Z flurry fighting.
I remember Night Eye saying something like Deku is like straight up changing something.
The future, yeah.
He changed the future that he saw.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe the fourth user's quirk, in a way, was active during that point.
During what
Deku's
point? What is that point?
Activated it and processing the sense of it. It messed with Night Eye's future because he can only see one path. So
I think
maybe
Deku's just
activated in a way where technically it changed because we're supposed to see All Might quote unquote die soon.
Deku is surely just boxing. There wasn't no fancy going on over there. You might remember in the anime episode where all that bullshit didn't happen in the manga.
Okay.
But like they was surely just boxing. It's like dangerous. I feel what you mean, but it's like if what Twitchy says is like true, then we've seen Danger Sense more than once in this arc, and it just wouldn't have. Just didn't happen.
I think we've seen it at least 3 times.
Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, if what you said is true, and that's what that is, then we've seen it more than once because it's like we've seen what it quote unquote looks like before. But it's like, even then, like we wouldn't even have gotten the semblance of it, and it's just like I've thought about other quirks awakening during that point in time because it's like I think it's possible that he was actually flying. Because even in the manga, he actually could have been flying. Yep. I think that's possible. So it's like, I think that could be a thing that was a thing. But like the Danger Sense, I just think that was boxing. I don't really. It's like Chisaki, he's good with it. He good with his quirk.
First time when Shiggy was waking up from the hospital, and the first user comes up to Deku and is like, he's here, the one who has ascended or something like that.
Well,
right?
do we even know that was the first user? I have not gone back to that specific chapter.
I didn't actually hear what you just said, Grant. I just like blank.
Oh, so I said, I think we may have seen the fourth user spoke a little earlier. You remember when Shiggy was waking up from the hospital and Deku is like,
he's
he heard
coming.
A voice in his, he's coming, the one who has ascended or something?
I think that was the first. I want to say that was the first user. Because it's like,
how would the first user know about Shigaraki? That's the thing.
Huh? Because like they're just. I just think they just.
Because
I think they just.
All for one.
Yeah, all for one for all just connected. I just think they just connected. Like I just think they just have a connection, and it's like
And
all
he's
of
the,
all,
he's
all
the
of
one
all
who's been
from.
living in One for All the longest, right? So
I
I,
just
can
think all
assume
of-
that within every user that has passed down, he like
I think
every user since then has been able to like relate and talk to the next user, so on and so forth.
I think every user would be able to feel off for one too. I just think it was the first user just based off of like the core plot of everything is him. He's coming.
Yeah,
We
since
know
it
what's
came
going
from
on.
All for One, so
So it's like I wouldn't. It's like I definitely. Yeah, I think that was a like offer one. That's why. I think that well not offer one. The first user. I think that was the first user. Cause it's like I wouldn't be surprised. Like yeah. I just think they're connected. Offer one. Obviously one came from the other. But it's like I mean yeah, one came from the other. Like they were the same quirk. Like obviously the stockpile is one thing. Whatever. Blah blah blah. But like they still came from the same quirk. Like it was. All for one for all, they came from the same thing. Cut from the same crop. So I just like I feel like they just got that connection for that reason. And like how Grin just said, it's passed down to the users, and I just think the users can feel that same connection. It's just that he's coming, that big moment, Shigaraki's coming. Why would it be number 4? That's like number 1. Now, I wouldn't even, and it's not even. I don't think he means Shigaraki. I think when he said he's coming, he's all for one. It's like not the person.
Yeah.
I never once took it that way when I first read
the
it.
quirk. I've
Another thing I wanted to bring
I've only taken it that way. I only started saying Shiggy because y'all said it just now, but I only took it that way. It's like he's coming all for one, bet because it's like
Townzie,
what's up?
I know
Yeah,
I know you guys would have like caught this, which is basically like 4 or 5 chapters ago when the whole like mental connection between All for One and One for All was happening, when All for One was like, yeah, everything is for him, everything is for Shigaraki, everything is there, and then literally
Yeah.
last chapter, everything is for my sake.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's why I'm like,
Wait, what?
that's why I'm like, nigga, what are you fucking like like at this point, I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro, like, how you just gonna say, okay, bro?
I think at this point, All for One, the person's will, and All for One, the power within Shigaraki are 2 separate entities.
Wait,
Like,
but no, it was the
at this
no
point,
wait.
I-
It was the entity that said 2 different things though. No, it was,
Yeah.
but
It was,
it was the
it
one
was.
inside of him that changed
Yeah,
the
it was,
shit.
it
So
was,
I'm
it
like,
was.
what the fuck? That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, it's not even like that. I'm mad that it's like that I'm wrong. I'm just like, nigga, so what do you want, bro? What do you want to fucking do? What's your fuck? Like, I don't even. It's getting to a
Well-
point where it's just like, all right, bro. It's like, what the fuck do you want? You keep lying to me now. I get it. You want us to think it's both. Bet. Say the fucking word. It's been 300 chapters. What the fuck do you want? Damn. I'm listening. What's up? What's up, Portia? I'm listening. My bad.
Okay, it's okay. I think because I'm like glancing through.
Mhm.
I think the arc is good, but now
Yeah,
that I'm really
it's a
like
good arc.
glancing through, I honestly don't think it's done.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I mean,
That's what I'm
I-
saying.
that's what I'm saying.
I've
I've
been
been
saying that it
Yeah,
hasn't been done. It's not over.
That's what I'm
Let
like.
me
I really
see
hope
it.
it's not done because it's like if this right here, that's what I'm saying. It just feels like a build up. That's like it's like not even bad. It just been feel like it's been building up and building up and building up and building up. It's over. It
Because
better not
like
be.
So how would y'all
I
feel about like a political arc then, right afterwards?
don't even
I know
think,
how I would
think
feel
it's
about it. I
good,
don't like that shit.
actually.
I've been needing that, boy. Hey, excommunicate all these fucking heroes. Get them out of here. Yeah.
I was
Read
looking
Destro.
through
I'm sorry.
There are no like. Oh my god.
Go ahead, Portia. I'm waiting for you before I continue. I'm waiting for you to finish this. Go ahead.
It's fine. You can go.
Nah, go ahead. Get your point across.
No, I had to get something. That's what I'm saying. You can go.
Okay.
If you
So, I was feeling like, wait, have anyone not read Hunter x Hunter?
Twitchy. Vontae.
Yeah,
Oh.
Twitchy has not.
I can take
Can't
off
talk
my
about
mic or headphones for a bit if you want.
No, I'm
Nah,
not
it's all
gonna go
good.
into
It's all
detail,
good.
bro.
It's all good.
I respect it, bro. It's a political arc. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So political arcs, I don't mind something like that happening, but because the Dobby setup was so perfect, so I wouldn't mind a political arc right after, because that'd be the perfect setup stage for All Might to die during that arc.
Yeah,
People,
the score
figured
will be
that-
set up
people
so
would
nice.
hate it though. I don't care about their emotions, but people would hate that shit. But fuck their feelings.
The reason why it's important for us to have a political arc in My Hero Academia is because being a hero wasn't a profession for that long.
Spit
It
King.
hasn't been
Agreed.
more than 200 years, so it hasn't been.
Spit King.
You feel me? That's why you still have people like Stain and Overhaul and Shigaraki and All for One around still, because it still hasn't been implemented for that long. So for this to be a big issue, and for them to be like, wait, hold on, this is Japan's #1 hero. Now we get to see other places, and now it's more world building for the next arc.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing I had said, I think, in a previous podcast, which is like, whenever My Hero comes back, I think the first thing we're gonna do is that political arc. That said, the score will be settled soon. Is definitely setting up for All Might to be killed. We've already seen him multiple times in the One for All world, just his spirit manifest there. So it would make sense if he was actually like there permanently now, like living within Deku's memory. I also like that Shigaraki getting more attached and like more filled with hatred actually fuels the All for One. I just don't agree with All for One's thinking, like All for the Quirk's thinking.
But he was always saying it was just all for Shiggy's sake. He never said it was all for Shiggy's well-being.
Yeah,
those are two different things.
I agree, but all of a sudden he says it's all for my sake now.
But if he's putting everything into a new body, so he's now at this point, he's pretty much has 80% of what he wants. He's like, okay, well, I can pretty much start doing what I want to do now.
I just like that's why it's just like I was on the I was back and forth as the Parasite thing, but it's just like obviously he's
call it, yay.
I mean we've been talking about this for a long ass time, but it's just like been back and forth on it. It's just that it's just like he keeps specifically saying things that contradict himself, and it's just like, okay, bro. It's just like you get the information. The information can be given to us without you literally directly contradicting yourself like 3 times. That I'm like that's more so of a like, are you dumb? Like I get it, bro. Like, Horikoshi wants us to be Horikoshi clearly wants us to be confused about it. I just don't. Horikoshi clearly wants us to be confused about it. I just don't agree with the execution of it. Of that plot point right there. I just don't. The execution been it's been alright.
Okay, so basically I found my notes. I only have like a small portion. So I was looking through the list, right? And I was like,
she got a 6-page essay.
No, I actually stopped doing that. Your heart should be lucky. Anyway, I was actually looking through it and I didn't finish my reread, but like most of the top heroes are out of commission. Your top 3 are toply injured. Miracle's injured. Wash is nowhere to be seen. Crust is dead. The Dragon Lady's injured. The Samurai dude, I have nowhere where he is. And Edshot, I forgot about him. So
he's fighting Readers to Edshot.
He's about Mount Lady.
Okay. And Woods, I don't know where he is. But I think as a whole, the arc, it's good. I have some gripes with it, like the Doctor. I did not like him talking to President Mike.
What's wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog? Was it?
No,
what?
No, because I feel like that point, it's like the Doctor was just talking, and it's like, oh wow.
Wait, what did you say you didn't like?
I didn't like the Doctor was talking to President Mike. I honestly would like the Doctor to talk to All Might. I would rather that moment happen because I feel like President Mike wasn't so much in the know besides it being personal.
The Doctor's been captured. All Might's been going to Tartarus field trips. So
that nigga experimented on his best friend.
Yeah.
Turn that nigga into a Ghastly. What are you talking about? He turned that nigga into a Ghastly.
I would rather, because the Doctor's just talking now. A lot of the stuff I was like doing like a brief read. I don't even think he may be telling the truth right now.
Who?
He could just be talking. So we can't hold anything he says accountable. And President Mike is emotional. He's
no. Talking about what? What is it? He hasn't told
anything. Everything he said was truthful because he thought he was about to die because he had finally achieved perfection with Shigaraki.
And he didn't even tell them nothing. He didn't tell them nothing deep. What did he tell them deep that you're talking about that he lied about that you think he lied about?
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general to keep All for One safe. I can see him being a liar in some of the things that he's telling President Mike because he knows President Mike is already emotional.
What things do you? I want to know what you
know. President Mike does.
In general.
Yes, in general.
What do you mean? You gotta give some examples. You said you think he could be lying about which one. What did he say that he lied about? In general, I just think he's a liar. What?
He's cheated and everything. He's made Shigaraki the new All for One.
No, he didn't. All for One is still active. I actually don't think Shiggy's going to be, because especially with Deku said someone needs saving. I don't think All for One saw Shiggy as his he saw Shiggy as a replacement body, and I would fully stick with that.
But that means that would mean the doctor still didn't lie about it.
Yeah, I mean, he still carried out his job successfully. He
didn't say that. He didn't say whether or not Shigaraki was supposed to be the actual host or not. He just said, "This your hair. You got the quirk now, buddy."
I know. I'm not saying in that regard.
But you saying he lied. You still didn't get him to lie.
I'm just saying. I'm saying he may have lied. That's it.
About what?
I just don't know where you get that inclination.
That's what I'm saying. About what? Lied about what?
Of all the gripes with this arc, that's got to be the most unique.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he lied about, because if you think he lied about something, he said a lot. He said a lot of things. What do you think he lied about?
Because I gotta actually pull the passage, because I think he was lying his butt off.
We're not in the middle of a podcast or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I'm not dropping it here. I refuse. But I do think
he's a liar, I guess.
Lord. But I do think that it's a lot happening, and that is also one of my gripes. I think Sherm said it. We only see one battle scene. I need him to switch more often. We only see.
Whoa, that's cap. Whoa. Now if there's one thing that's cap.
I don't remember saying that.
Whoa.
Okay. Maybe I'm saying it incorrectly. How you said with the other teams, with Monoma, you see Monoma, but you don't see him in action.
Wait, that's specifically the one person that Sherm said that he didn't see. He didn't say there wasn't no action scenes, because that's cap. I can name hella action scenes right now that was raw. my nigga Big Horsey came through. My nigga Denki came through with the lightning shit. No, my nigga Edge shot punctured a hole, punctured holes in niggas' lungs, bro. Hawks and Dabi now twice.
Yeah, everything at the villa, everything at the hospital.
I'm like,
all
what?
of that was top notch. Twice's death is the highlight for me, for sure.
No, I like it, but I think Horikoshi has too many characters.
I don't think that was a problem with this arc. Except with the Monoma thing, I feel it. I feel it with the Monoma thing. I feel you, Sherm. I feel you with the Monoma thing. That's low-key annoying. But it's who else did you want to see? Who else did you want to see?
I want to see the other classes. I want to see the other schools. We literally saw these kids get their provisional license, and we only see UA.
There is a reason why we have not seen Shiketsu. There is a reason we have not seen Shinso. There is a reason we have not seen Monoma.
Yeah, and
give it time.
I am giving it time. I never said that it was wrong.
Horikoshi did not tease. Horikoshi teased Monoma. He didn't tease the other, so we're not upset about seeing the other. It's the fact that he brought up.
He didn't tease the schools.
This is all based on the assumption that the arc is over and we're getting the time skip in 296.
No,
I know that.
Skip.
No.
Who said? Who the fuck said that?
I've not said a time skip in 296. I have always been saying, if this is the end, then this is how I feel. If I've been talking in the chat, but if it goes on longer, I will not whine. I will be happy with that. I would like to see.
There will be a cooldown section of this saga. I guarantee it. Get the Monoma stuff. Just be patient.
Okay, I'm patient with
flashback,
you.
It stinks.
Goes into anything. I'm just commenting on it. I honestly think the art, based on My Hero style, is actually a 10 out of 10. But on a regular scale, it is an 8 out of 10. What I'm trying to say is this. There are certain aspects I wish Horikoshi would actually work on and develop. Bakugo's development was great. Dabi's development was great. Compress's development was great.
Growth? This might be the word you're looking for, but you got it.
I mean, it's decent it's great for My Hero. It's not great in general. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. But I
just think there's different styles of writing characters, and
I don't think this arc had a problem with the characters.
It's not that. I just feel like it's some potential where he can expound on for some people.
Who?
Toga.
You can swap A for B all day long.
Wait, we got hella Toga stuff. We got now hold on. We got hella Toga stuff. What you talking about?
She hasn't fully caught up, Townzie. So,
huh?
No, I have caught up. No, I have caught up.
So you're saying that after that Toga development with Ochako?
She was talking about she was rereading. That's what she was talking about. She was rereading.
I was giving her an out.
Rereading. What I'm saying
Fuck that out. Nah.
Oh my God. Shut up. What I'm saying is
that Toga shit was clean.
I liked it, but the whole it was great, but it wasn't. By people not focusing on Ochako, people thought it was mid when it was actually really great, and I think maybe that was a Horikoshi.
Twitch was part of that. All I'm saying. Twitch definitely thought that was mid.
Because there's no reason for them not
don't you put that on my name. You know you're capping. You're capping with that beanie in your profile pic. No, that's not what I said. Run it back.
You get a chapter 6, nigga. You get a chapter.
Nope.
You get a chapter 6.
Yes.
But
action chapter
Portia's
was
still
the
capping.
6th.
Portia's still capping though. That you what?
I'm not capping.
Yes, you are. We got hella Toga things. What you mean? We got hella things from hella people.
It was great. That's the issue. It was great.
You just greedy. We got it. You want berserk level characters in the shonen.
No, I'm not wanting that. I want him to Chainsaw Man was fleshed out. He fleshed out like 90% of his characters.
How many characters do you have?
He has 90% less characters.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Horikoshi may have made a bigger cast.
So once again, it comes down to personal preference.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just have every. You just can't. You know how ass this arc would be if we went from this one to 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 this one. It's like
then it would just be the character development of the week. There's no
Twitchy. Hold on,
narrative.
Did you think?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I know it's his style. I'm just saying personally, but. I'm just saying that personally, but I really like the things I did really like this. It's like it showed how human heroes are. I did like that part of this arc. I did like that part, but I do wish we could have saw Eri training. I do wish that. I wish we could have saw her use her quirk a little more.
Smooth conversation change. She's a beast. But continue what you were saying. Continue what you were saying. Continue what you were saying. You said you like whose quirk? I want to hear it. Who? Whose quirk did you like?
I quit.
Whose quirk did you like? Whose quirk was it? Damn.
I said I like Aries quirk. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's young hero Aries. That's my niece.
I saw her use it more. That's it.
Nope. You don't even get to see 1A use the fucking quirk.
I mean, like maybe
you don't get to see 1A train. You ain't seen Aries train.
But maybe it's just how I think he's going with this arc. Aries gonna almost in a way replace Recovery Girl.
You keep saying that and I keep disagreeing.
Because they need a healer. There is no healer on unit. You can't give Deku a healing quirk. I swear I would drop my hero.
You keep saying that, I just keep disagreeing. It's like if Recovery Girl dies, Recovery Girl dies. What? I don't know why you want her to die so bad. I don't understand.
I don't want her to die.
Nigga, they got doctors. That's fine.
I mean, look at Eraserhead. He's training a protege. All Might's training. Where's like Recovery Girl's protege?
All the injuries that people got right now, aside from maybe Gran Torino, can be fixed by regular doctors. The fuck they need Recovery Girl for it? They have doctors. They probably in a more advanced civilization than we are right now. They might be in like 2035 or some shit like that. They got regular doctors can fix everything that they have, as opposed to you know what I'm saying, a hole in the stomach maybe.
And who's to say that healing quirks aren't used in hospitals? Like
they are used in hospitals, I'm pretty sure. Because they showed it in the second movie they were used in hospitals.
Well, I mean,
I wish
Recovery Girl exists.
Had more. I think I'm looking for that more, and I'm settling with not having that more because the
more what?
I don't know. It's missing something. It's honestly missing something.
What is that?
I don't know. I'll type it out later. But
sure.
It's a lot.
Sure.
It's a lot.
Like what specifically? Action, plot?
I'm saying.
Character development?
I'm not even talking about My Hero in general.
I think by it being so long, I'm looking for something that my hero can't give me. I think that's the problem. But
I feel that. I actually feel that. Because it might, what you saying is, it might take a long ass time to get to what you want to get to, right? I feel like, I actually kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that.
This fight, I think they shouldn't have fought it as first years.
I feel that. I kind of feel that as well, but I feel that a lot less than the last thing. I feel that a lot less than the last thing. I'll tell you that.
Aren't they technically second years? Because there's a break thing going on, the transition phase or something right now.
No, that's like they was in their like winter break. No, they're not second years yet.
I know it's only like a couple months off or a couple weeks off.
Months.
Okay.
No, because there was winter break, and then there was the Endeavor Agency, and then there was 2 months.
It's
so
weird.
it's March, but the new semester would start as second years in April.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
A
think
month,
they
2
should
weeks
have
left.
waited until they were second years. But
First years.
It's just me. Maybe because I'm a girl, I would love to see the parents' reaction to their kids.
But we're gonna see that. But we always get that.
I said this last podcast. As it happens, like imagine you're like with Ray. I love when they did that with Endeavor, when she was like shook when she saw her son, who she thought was dead.
Well, they don't have cameras on this situation.
No, they don't. I'm just saying
How they
that
gonna
would
see
have been amazing if that was the thing. Because remember when All Might was fighting All for One?
When the camera was around?
Yeah, it was around.
I think you'll have a.
You remember when the area around them was?
To the repercussions of this arc.
You don't remember when the area around them was disintegrated? Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm talking about Bakugo's Hero Rescue. Remember the heroes were filming. They were like, oh my God, All Might. I would love to have that happen with this arc.
They'll be dead if they stayed around. The nigga disintegrated the whole city around them.
No, I understand. I get that. I know they would be dead. But I'm just saying, you seeing it from an outside perspective, like fights from like on War Star. It's different seeing it from you not fighting a above perspective.
So you want to see that same thing happen every time?
Oh my God. Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
I understand.
But I feel like it's a lot of things happening which we haven't seen yet. So like Jailbreak for one, I am still anticipating that. That's going to happen. Either way, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just how bad is it going to be and how many people are going to die.
At this point, I'm not really sure whether it would happen, but
yeah, because it's like I expected it was like, all right, cool. We got Jailbreak. If we pull up with Makia and Shiggy, what the fuck they gonna do? But they got Makia in there, so I was like, well. But it's like maybe he comes to them front gates, get that man a command. Hey, Makia, like he just hearing on the. And be clean as hell. He just get the loudspeaker. Hey, yo, Makia, go crazy, and he go crazy. That'd be so clean. The claws come out.
Because Portia, you said basically that you think that All for One is going to take Shigaraki's body as a replacement.
I think, but this is going to like a personal thing. Cause I may write about it. I don't know. It's stressful.
So
for those of y'all in the chat, just know that I keep telling her to fucking write it down and do some things with it, but she don't listen.
It's stressful.
But she don't even try it.
Yes, it is.
If All for One takes over Shigaraki's body, there's no need for the Jailbreak arc.
But
because he now has a better body.
No, Grant, like I said this before, I think All for One's purpose is it's almost like a berserk thing, but it's above our understanding.
Also,
because I think his quirk is so advanced that it's above a understanding. His quirk it's so mutated and so broken that it's above our understanding. And I think there are many quirks like that. And that's why I think also because after this arc, everything's going to change. UA rules are going to change. Dealing with hero work, period, with minors.
I mean, you've been saying that for like literally 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
You've been saying it every time.
Yeah. He not lying. We have.
Speaking of the politician.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Politician arc next.
We need that. We've been saying it. We need that.
Nope.
That
So
was
I think I think on a
Election?
worldwide scale, because I was rewatching the first movie and they were talking about how Japan's crime is at 0, like almost 0, or like less than 3 or 5. It's like super low. Imagine you're like in America, you're looking at Japan, and it's like a whole city's just been flattened. Is your hero like? Is it like really 0%?
Well,
I think since all might fell down as the thing, crime has increased naturally, and then with this, and then with since people didn't believe in Endeavor, and then he stood up, and then it kind of got balanced, and then this arc when you find out that Endeavor's the number one hero's son is basically like one of the League of Villain members, and not just any League of Villain member. It's Darby. Like you can just assume that criminals will just be like, "Wow, okay, cool. Now, like we can show up."
I do wonder, will Endeavor step down, or will he keep going?
Why?
I don't think he would step down, but I can see if society decides that they want
Like,
to
would
reject
they
him as
for-
the number one hero.
Yeah, like what Brent said, would they force Endeavor to step down? Because
I
that's
mean,
a conflict of interest.
I don't think so.
You
It's
have
like
to
if
arrest your
so.
son.
Listen, if something like that happened, I don't think they're just targeting Endeavor. I think they're going after the whole Hero Society because they just found out Hawks did some slimy shit too.
Yeah.
All this
That's
shit
what I'm
happened to
saying,
the
but,
kids.
like,
It's like,
do you
I'm answering your question. You said, do
sorry.
you think Endeavor is going to step down? No, absolutely not. It's like for those people, absolutely not. Because it's like I don't think it's just gonna be Endeavor being persecuted. I think it's gonna be heroes being persecuted, and it's just like if heroes are standing up for heroes, and if Endeavor's, I can't say I won't. I can't say I won't like it if Endeavor does that because it depends on how it's done.
I could
like
absolutely
I feel
see
like I wouldn't
Endeavor
like it.
being a vigilante.
I can see. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he gonna
There
have
you
to
go.
keep
Because like
moving.
I just can't like no. I just that's who Endeavor is. That man is a hero. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But his son is a villain.
And
his other son is a
Why is that his
ornament.
problem?
I mean, yeah, but you know,
So,
how the
my
but
son's
you know
evil
how
now,
the
so I
media
just gotta
is
give
my
up.
hero. You know what
I
I mean?
mean,
He's my hero.
A
I would say it's his
vigilante,
problem because he's the one who
vigilante is
created
not
Darby.
popular.
He created Darby, so
Dobby's sins are Dobby's. Dobby's sins are not Endeavor's.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Endeavor screwed up in the parenting, but once Dobby faked his death and went out to do his own thing, those are
Yeah.
Dobby's sins. Those are
That's
not
not-
Endeavor's.
no, I think the entire course of Toya becoming Darby was Endeavor's fault, and then I would say everything Darby has done since he became Darby is like you said, his fault. I agree with that. But like the source of Darby's creation comes from Endeavor. So you can't say Endeavor has no fault. He created Darby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to
Right.
ask.
No, I'm just saying that everything, because I brought this up on the last podcast, but Dobby had a line about how, because Dobby blasted Nejire with fire and was like, see, your flames are burning her too, Endeavor. And it's like, no, stop it. That's you doing that. Endeavor stopped messing with you a long time ago. Like, Endeavor absolutely has to own up for what he did in creation of Dobby.
It should be up to Endeavor to
everything
stop that
Dobby has
motherfucker.
done does not go back to Endeavor.
I agree, sure. That's how you and me see it as like the audience, as the perspective. But in terms of like the audience in My Hero Society, they probably don't see it that way. They see, and they anyway had a lack of trust in Endeavor. Endeavor saving them in Kyushu was literally one instant, or not Kyushu, or Hosu City, right? That was the thing. Him saving like the high-end Nomu in Hosu was like one instance where anyway they were having some doubts. So I'm assuming there might be some remnants of Hero Society who aren't fully invested in Endeavor yet. And then as soon as the Davi incident hit, they may have lost all hope. Plus, you even get Kanchisi Kid who says that, that this is something you can't come back from. So I don't see the Hero Society or general society like accepting it as objectively as you and I are.
Okay, so like one thing
Yeah,
before
I
I
feel like-
shut up. Just one
go
little
ahead.
thing. Sorry, just one little thing before I shut up. Do you think Mayumi, based on what Endeavor's little flashback, did you think she has hero training?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I think that proved that he didn't do that with them.
With her.
Them.
Or not to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Because
okay.
they didn't have, like, Dobby was Dobby. You could see the blue flames. That's obvious. And then one had half ice, half what's it called? Ice Fire was fucking Fuyumi Snow. So I was just like, all right, well, it's like that's just not the move. I just don't know. I just don't think it happened like that.
After Toya's death, or supposed death, after Toya's death, I think Endeavor kind of like shut down and waited for Todoroki to become grow older.
I mean, I shut down as a
It got
parent.
way worse.
That's tough.
There's still something on the in between that we have to be missing in there for him to go from that happy-go-lucky kid to hating Endeavor. It's still something in the middle that we missing.
I want to learn a new move. He's like, I want to kill you, bitch. I was like, wait, what? Go from here to here.
I'm upset that we didn't get that, but it's like that's not nothing that's like that's not deal breaking, arc breaking. It's just I'm upset that we didn't get that, but it is what it is on that one.
I mean, we got the meat of the situation in this arc, so I'm
I just want to know like what was the breaking point? That's why it's like another thing. That's one another thing that's gonna just always put MVA over this arc for me. Shigaraki's backstory is 86 million times better than what we got with Dabi. I know it wasn't quote unquote Dabi's backstory, but I mean, hey, they was both in the arcs that I'm talking about, and Shigaraki's was better. So
I agree with Twitchy. I think what Twitchy said, that since I personally don't think this arc is over, and I think a lot of the questions that we're asking, he will get to that.
No, yeah, that's why I keep saying if, but I feel it. I understand.
That's why they're saying their life and execution.
This 2-week break of Christmas, this 2-week break from now till the 4th, we'll probably do Horikoshi
2 weeks.
Good. Yeah.
We're illegal.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I think it'll do him some it'll give him at least a little bit of breathing space to figure out what he wants to do next.
No, I just
I think it's gonna be. Oh my goodness, man, I'm about to drop.
Be a thing.
But I think it's gonna be more of a the political arc is gonna be more of a bill getting signed to restrict heroes because of what happened with Endeavor.
Yep.
But Endeavor still is gonna have to prove that he's still worth that spot with those restrictions.
As a
So
vigilante.
I don't think. No, he's gonna be super shitty.
No, I said as a vigilante. No, that's what I was saying. I'm agreeing with you. It's I just don't think they. What if they really do take him out that position? I think I see the vigilantiness. I can see Endeavor going depressed. I can low key see Endeavor going into depressed mode after this. I'm being with you. I can see him going. I can see him going to depressed mode. Huh?
What do you guys think of Toga? What do you guys think of Toga? Because we know that she's currently running down a street somewhere.
I mean, I think she could she know where they hideouts be, so it's she could she can pull up meet him back there, but it's she just ran away. Well, what really what matters to me is the fact that Spinner did the whole come home thing, and then she's gonna come home, but it's she doing what she doing now. I feel like it might be some shit on the side that she do that we might not get until later. But it might be some shit on the side that I can't even fathom what that may be. I'm just kind of spitballing, but I just feel like she's gonna come home, like how Spinner said, to her family, because the what not coming home would have been if Uraraka would have been hey man, or did something completely different.
Because lately I've been thinking I don't know whether this would happen or not. It would be cool, interesting, but you remember how we said about the whole Stain followers? They might be vigilantes, the whole thing?
The whole
I honestly, last podcast, we talked about how there's going to be the League of Villains, Heroes, and the Stain followers.
Yeah.
Going forward. So I honestly think the roles might be switched. I feel like Spinner's going to be more League of Villains, while Toga's going to be more Stain, vigilante. And
I don't know. I think the whole point of it, but in my opinion, was they was all hard Stain and not on Shigaraki. But after this arc, after the MVA, is when they wait, Shiggy's my guy. So I feel like that's what happened. That's also why I kind of disagree. I forgot that I was going to disagree with this, but when he said there's no need for a Prison Break arc, they still got Compress in there. They got Compress, not Dobby, my dumb ass. They got Compress and what's it called? They got compressing fucking the Makia. So it's like, well, of course if it ends, they got compressing Makia, but they got compressing Makia right now. So it's like if it is like this, and it's like they end up locking those two up, Shigaraki's surely pulling up to get that nigga compressed because that's part of the squad. That's part of the family because it's like twice. They said twice dead.
It all depends.
Toga's gone. Compress.
Needs.
Oh hell no. But it's just like at that point, it's just like it becomes significantly harder than what I thought it was going to be for a prison arc because Maki is not there, which I kind of like actually. Which I kind of like. I'll be real with you. Now I'm thinking about it.
Do you think the shockwave that this is something I think I posted? I don't know. I think Shigaraki is sending that weird shockwave. Do you think it might have jump-started Makia from his sleep?
No, I don't think so. That
I
would
think it would just.
I don't mind that Maki is down. It just hurts. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
It just hurts. It's just painful because it's like he put in his work. Maki did what the fuck he needed to do. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just like I don't, like I said, I've thought about it as we've been talking. I've thought about it, and it's like the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, all right, well, I really did like this arc. It just really felt like a cock tease. It felt like a cock tease arc. Like I said, it felt like a bunch of build up, and the build up was good, but it was just like ended with the build ups. I'm like, damn.
I mean, like, if everything goes well, then obviously they'll expand a little bit more on this arc.
Yeah.
But one thing that would straight up piss me off is if literally the next chapter, we see all the students back at school. Like, as if nothing happened.
Yeah,
that would piss me off. I would be like, what?
Oh no, it's some days off after this one.
Don't say that.
Oh, the stream just died. Oh boy.
Now, jumping real fast to the political arc that Wolf was talking about.
Yeah.
I think one thing I really need to see in that arc is I need to see the 10,000 MLA members like infiltrating society, doing protests.
I forgot about all them niggas. I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot about every single. Forgot about every single thousand of them.
Why are we seeing the other schools? I was gonna say that there are 100,000 league members.
I forgot about every single thousand.
Well, I don't think that they need to be fighters. I want them pushing for the legal change, getting into politics, getting in the media, doing interviews, protesting. I want them to be the force that changes, like, the perception to solidify against the heroes.
Do you think they'll do what we talked about earlier, which is like put Reed as like the face of the? You remember how we talked about like how the board of heroes might need to change again, and like, do you think they'll push like Reed as the figurehead as such?
Potentially, like I need those 100,000 members to be more than fodder. I need them to do something in this political arc where they don't have to fight, where for sure they're not fodder.
Because this is just the perfect opportunity. It's just like I feel like, see, this is just that's why I can say like if this when I can be able to say My Hero's turn into something that I just really love is if this happens. Obviously, it's gonna happen, but it's like if it's done right. That's when I can be like, alright, that's the type of shit that I like. That's the type of concept that I like. How Twitch was saying before.
A lot of build up right now.
But it's like, I agree with that, Vontae. It's a lot more like that's, you know what I'm saying. I almost said the lobby word, but you know what I'm saying. 300 episodes in fucking One Piece, like my nigga. Like if this is all set up for that, I'm like, wow. Y'all might have hands in good moments, but y'all got some worse than One Piece. Not worse than One Piece setup, but like lengthwise worse than One Piece setup because it's like my nigga. It took for a while them this long to get that, but it's just like it makes sense. It's just like. The last little half of it, like quarter of it was executed like you got it. Like you got it. It was clean, but just clean. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on
Yeah.
I was just about to say I'm waiting on My Hero Civil War because it seems like he's been building up to that since the very beginning.
That's all I need. That's and
all right. I retract my doctor's statement,
huh?
but I'm sticking with my OF one. I'm doing a reread. While
Your
we
doctor
actually-
statement. Explain. Come on now.
I'm retracting it.
How she
what
said the
statement?
doctor was
A liar?
lying.
Oh.
Yeah. But honestly, I actually like the Dr. Robotnik. He even did the machine bunny things with the Nomus.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I thought
retracting.
Horikoshi got motivation.
Sherm loves
from that,
Dr.
too.
Robotnik too.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the scans or something, so I'm retracting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, shut up. But I am sticking to my All for One, and I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's like a bigger villain than All for One. I feel like All for One isn't the main villain. I really
I
don't.
don't think so no more. I don't know.
mean,
I
his name
hope
is
not.
All for One. I don't think there's a bigger villain than that. But
I think it's bigger than him. I just can't figure out what it is. I want to say it's his quirk.
Honestly,
all.
he's All for One.
I think
It's
his
Kind of why
quirk
I used to
is
be
just
sentient.
evil.
it
This
makes
is a
more
quirk.
sense for All for One to be doing that to Shigaraki, just like how Deku has the rest of the quirks for or the previous quirks for One Fall. Like, but in this sense, he just has a lot more help, so it's
Yeah.
a lot more of a mental strain. He has more experience with them, so he's a more powerful part of his subconscious than
Yeah,
the
but
rest
they
of
don't
users.
like him. See, I don't want to spoil, but if y'all remember, it was an anime where the guy had to get to know all the voices in his head. I think All for One did that, but they made him insane
Naruto.
because he's talking about like how they scream and stuff. I remember him like saying that. He's like they
What he
scream
said.
and I love. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but like,
Sure.
and that's why that was part of the reason actually that I got off of the parasite theory. That was the
I
reason.
think-
That was a
I
part of the
think-
reason why I got off of the parasite theory because it's
that's-
like,
I
yes,
need to-
maybe it
I
did,
think-
maybe it did make him go insane. So it's like he wants Shigaraki to be the fucking symbol of chaos now.
Yeah.
That's why I got
That's what I'm
off of the
saying.
parasite train.
Now,
I
what you were saying earlier, Townzie, I agree. I don't know what the fuck All for One. At first, he was saying
Bro.
like, yeah, Shiggy's gonna be,
And it
my
would
guy,
make-
and then now he's talking about. But then, I don't. It's weird, but like how I was seeing the
Something
recent
off.
chapter.
It's
you go.
something off about All for One, and I'm trying to pick it out, but I think we need to see him before he turned into a potato.
Vontae, what was you about to say?
Like what I've been seeing the last few days, the whole part where All for One in the chapter he said something like heart equals power, so meaning that like the more Shiggy is attached to the league, like as his family, and he gets his feelings and his emotions, that All for One would take over his body. So it's just weird. It's like a back and forth thing where it's like, okay, All for One wants to he makes it seem like he wants Shiggy to be that guy to lose all those attachments so that he can be the symbol of chaos or whatever. But then it's like it's weird because it seems like he switches into saying that like I'm doing everything for my own sake.
It's just
It's
like
weird,
it's just like I don't mind the fact that it's done. I just think it's just executed so weird because he's specifically because he's literally contradicting himself.
It's confusing.
I would understand
I
if
find
we
it
got.
interesting,
I would understand if
but
we
it's
got the
weird.
information from somewhere else, but him. But he was the one that said it like
Yeah,
3 times. So I'm
exactly.
like, bro, it's like I get it,
Do
but
y'all-
what do you want? It's like, I
Do
get
you
it though.
think he has multiple personality disorder?
No.
No, I just think of it
Or
more
like
of a symbiote suit.
Because that happens with really smart people. I'm just saying, sorry.
I already gave you my answer. No.
Going off your political art theory, I'm pretty sure I said this like a couple podcasts ago, but basically this is what I felt would go post this arc, which is first we're not going to get any more information on the Hero Commission thing. Not yet. That will happen a little later. I also called that society obviously will not support the League of Villains, but Shigaraki might be undercover. The society might be duped into supporting supporting the new hero board, in which Redestro might be the figurehead, using his public connections and based off what Sherm said, the 100,000 league members.
Yeah.
That might be a thing. We also will get the traitor reveal here, because the person might be on the Hero Commission board. And I also said that the rules of heroes will change, as well as the laws. Society can't kick out heroes, since that would ruin the entire premise of the show. And our teachers, seeing as shit has already happened and most of them are injured, students are in massive danger. Some of them might have been burnt in that forest fire. We don't know. But seeing as how things are running in the new post-war arc Japan, if they do decide to go abroad, I can see them having to transfer some of the students in like a UA branch that is abroad for the foreseeable future, which then leads to the next point, which is that the International Hero Society might be willing to take our students to UA branches abroad, seeing as recent events in Japan. Because I'm assuming that all the news, all the events in Japan with like All for One versus All Might, the Hosu City incident, everything is like being broadcasted or at least televised. Like information is being passed on across the world. I'm assuming that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm assuming that based on that, the Hero Society would take our students abroad, and seeing as they might have received intel about how things are changing and how the villains are secretly now being the figureheads for Hero Society. Japan is too dangerous for students, especially with Shigaraki's ability to search for people and him now having All for One. It would be too difficult for Deku to live in Japan. I think that's too dangerous. So it would make sense if the students actually went abroad, and this would provide the longevity that we need for the series. And then finally, we're going into that prison break arc.
Okay, but you're talking about the longevity of the series, but Horikoshi himself made a statement about how he wants it to wrap up sooner rather than later. So honestly, that statement from him completely kills any hope I had for going abroad and any world things being executed as well as I would have liked them to be.
So I'm not
personally
on a split the story.
They said the same thing about they said the same thing about Chainsaw Man, how Chainsaw Man was ending, and then I don't know how far of a time it was, but they said it was ending, and then they said there was
that's because Chainsaw Man is written in a way to where it's more of a seinen than a shonen, and it deals with much darker things than shonen is necessary. So rather than have these lines and boundaries drawn by Shonen Jump, it's moving to advanced, where it can explore things as dark as it wants to. So it's not necessarily the same, because I don't ever see Horikoshi getting as dark as Chainsaw Man. I just don't.
It's just not.
Not at all.
It's not feasibly possible.
I'm saying
it's possible.
I don't see him ending the manga within the next 100 chapters at all.
I just don't want Horikoshi to pull any Infinity War situation
right, or the Great Ninja War.
Or no, screw that. That wouldn't even be as bad as Crisis on Infinite Earth, where he just use the area to reset the timeline type shit. So as long as he don't do nothing like that.
I think he may do. I think he may.
What you mean, man? That was just a reboot, dog.
Yeah, it was a soft reboot, but it was one nonetheless, because we fucked up the canonicity. We want to do anything we wanted to do real quick.
I don't think he's gonna end it within even 100 chapters or even 150 chapters. I don't see it ending that soon.
I see 200.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I can see it ending 500.
I can see 300. I can see maybe 300. Maybe 300. 300.
The fact that he said soon, I'm thinking 200.
That's what I'm saying. So, it's straight up with that.
Yeah.
Mr. Twitcher.
I think
who said
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think Hero Commission, that whole thing. I don't feel like it, but I do think he may like a continuation of My Hero, but maybe take a more mature path like Vigilantes.
Great.
So he may stop
that would be great.
at third year.
I already like Vigilantes. I like the concept of Vigilantes more than My Hero anyway.
Yeah. So I think he may stop them when they graduate and they really hit the hero world.
Okay, do you think you can see the time skip implemented soon? Since you said the manga is ending.
No, the time skip can't happen for a minute.
I don't think it's gonna happen for a little minute. I don't think it's gonna happen for a little minute.
Because if it happens, you still have to do a reflection. you still have to do a reflection because like all these injuries, people dead. There's literally a top 10 hero dead. That's breaking news.
The top 10 heroes are in shambles right now. Not just one dead. Ryuko's
So you
fucking
guess
like
what
damn near
time
missing.
skip on that.
Ryuko's damn near missing a fucking hand. She got a hole in her damn hand.
literally
She got
all of
fucked up.
No, I mean in
What's
the
it
next
called?
100 or so chapters. I'm saying.
I'm talking about.
Can you see the
I'm talking to
character
Portia. I was just part of the portion, but 100. You said can I see it end in the next 100 chapters? I mean, like Vontae said, and a bunch of it, and Sherm, like as soon as like 200 chapters to me.
Because I don't know who it was, but somebody in Discord said that like they might milk my hero, and I can see that happening. But at the same time, like I don't think Horikoshi, like as much as I do think that he wants to end his series, I don't think he would end the series by ruining it to the point where like it takes away from everything that he's built so far.
Nah, see, it's easy for Horikoshi to take them abroad just due to the situation right now. If we get a prison break arc in any sense of the word, which is like what the maximum security for the villains, they have no choice but to take Deku and them overseas.
That's exactly
and also,
what I'm saying.
with that being done, if they actually break into that prison, that means they're gonna have to get the UN involved.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
what I'm
sure.
saying.
So, yeah,
That would
200
play up
chapters,
into
300 chapters.
that would play into the entire political arc as well, because they would have to set up all that UN relationship in the political arc, especially with the prison break and everything, if that happens.
Hey, even if it does, it has no choice but to go towards a political break arc. That's the natural flow of the story right now, it seems, because it's not really much we're doing at this point. But after this, because after Dobby made the whole speech about Endeavor and how people is glorifying a hero who caused this, now people is actually looking at it in different. Wait, hold on. I don't know why Narcos started to play. Wait, it was about to get real gangster here. But anyway, that's why people was looking at it in a different way. That's why he doesn't really even have to dive too deep. They don't have to go continent hop into anything like that, bro. All they have to do is just really establish a simple to medium relationship with the rest of the world, because it's still a Japan-based story for the heroes. But Japan and other nations need help. That's how government works.
As far as I thought, I only remembered like the only thing I thought they would do is if they ever went abroad, they'd go to the US, and that's pretty much it. I didn't see them going to other continents or anything. So I definitely agree with you there.
In fact, that's the only thing.
I
That's the
think
only way I can see it.
I think it could be done. I don't know. I just think it can be done in 200 chapters. I've seen entire series build up entire worlds in under 200 chapters. So I've
seen Bleach end in 10 chapters.
Shut up. Stop. Why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta take it
Bro,
there? Why?
Bro, I'm hurt because I was hurt. I'm like, bro, I can't wait. Bleach will be ending in 9 chapters. 9 chapters. I gotta do the calculation. It's a break in 3 weeks. Hold on. Wait a minute now. But yeah, Deus Ex Machina. I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. Not another one.
No, I feel it. No, what's it called? This. I don't know. I think it can be done. I just believe. I don't know if it is like 200 chapters and close to ending. I think Horikoshi can do it where I like it. I have hope. I understand y'all want it to be longer. I can understand that. I can just see it ending in 200 chapters and it making a lot of sense. I don't know. I guess I've been reading a lot of fucking manga lately. So like, it's like I can just see it. I can just say like it can be done. I think it can be done. He just had to be good.
But can it be done nicely?
Yeah, it can. I think it can. With what he's set up. He's set himself up to where he can move at a lot faster pace than he has been.
Mm-hmm.
He set himself up for that greatly. We've got a good base of characters, you know what I'm saying? Good basic characters for it. So if he wants to like narrow it down while we have some people on the sides, you know what I'm saying? Obviously we're gonna have side characters. It's a series about heroes in school right now. We can't get to every. It's like. Are you also mad that you don't know every side character in Drake and Josh? Like,
the X-Men.
Yeah, the X-Men. Yeah, they had a whole academy. We didn't know all them fucking weirdo mutants. We didn't know all them
It was just
niggas.
random people, bro.
We didn't know all
Like,
them.
hold on.
So it's like
Is that
he's
a
giving
cloud on your
us.
head?
See, think about it. Sherm. Well, I know you.
Yeah.
You agree with me on this. So it's like Claymore.
Yeah.
47.
Oh, yeah.
How many do we end up with?
know.
So it's like, it's like,
No,
it's
yeah.
like,
No,
I
wait.
Like I absolutely think that that Horikoshi can end it in 200 chapters with this same quality that he currently has. Absolutely. Which is good. It's flawed.
But I know where that's leading.
Honestly, bro, this arc right here, bro, is definitely a 7.
Damn, I feel it. It was between a 7 and 8 for me. I'm gonna throw it the 8. I can throw it the 8. I can throw it the 8.
And it's partly because I expected too much, but it's also partly because it's another set of arc after a setup arc.
But again, let's give our actual rankings when we know it's over. I know it really looks like it's over right now, and like I wouldn't be surprised if it's not.
I'm gonna wait until it's over.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is over. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be salty, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think he's gonna give us 5 more chapters.
Yeah.
Cause it's like,
So
do you think
One more thing,
Grin? Do you think something's going to happen before the wrap up?
before the whole
The
what do you mean by that?
wrap up being after all of the meat happens, after all of your action and shit like that happens. Do you think more is going to do you think more like, I don't want to say action, like action ain't the word I want to use, but like we're in the climax. Do you think the climax is over? Do you think?
No, I think the climax of it is definitely over, but I do think there is
That's not it for me then.
a few reveals left, 1 or 2 things left before we head into the transition towards the post-war arc.
I need Horikoshi to wow me for this 8 to come up.
But
He gonna need to
doesn't
wow me
Horikoshi-
for me to not to throw it to a 7, because it's still possible for it to drop to that 7. I'm not giving it below a 7. I'm probably, there's no
Horikoshi
way he can
doesn't-
do that to me. There's no way. But
Also, when
Yeah,
Horikoshi
there-
tweeted out that his story is ending, I can
a
see that the story ends because it's the title of the story is called My Hero Academia, and even though we know the premise of the story is how he becomes the greatest hero, I can see if he pulls like a ha moment where he's like, no, the schools are down, UA is there are no more schools in Japan, like it's not My Hero Academia, it's My Hero agency or My Hero whatever.
But
Yeah.
honestly, it's like
concept,
it'll
boy.
still be the same thing, just due to the fact that all the heroes we see has some type of protege. So whether they're in school or not, as long as he has some type of protege or teaching the new generation, then
they're
we're
not being a school means that the entire construct of society is different, because it's like they're not approving of heroes. That's what more so what we getting at, because if they're not, it's like all the shit that's happened. They found out about the Hawk shit, about the Endeavor shit. They if they put their minds and brains to it, if they think about it, oh, we just sent kids to war and they basically lost. So it's like, how are they actually gonna see heroes after? Because I don't think they're gonna see them heroes
Which is
all.
why when I'm thinking about it, like I'm not gonna like just put off. As far as I'm concerned, I still think there's gonna be like the whole like Shippuden version of it, even if like Horikoshi, because you remember how Horikoshi was like, oh yeah, we're not making a 3rd movie, and then like 3 months later he's like, apparently we're making a 3rd movie.
But I think all of that is in the vocabulary. Apparently we're making a 3rd movie. It don't sound like he wanted to make that 3rd movie to me. Oh yeah, oh shit, I guess we making a 3rd one.
Yeah,
Even
that
exactly how
absolutely
he said it. Well, not exactly. Damn near word from word to how he said how the message was, or how it was translated at least.
Yeah,
he said that I know that I said it wasn't gonna be any more, but I guess it's gonna be another one. That sounded like that's that don't sound like he wanted.
What happened with this story where he's like, I'm gonna end the story, and then like maybe like Shueisha or Shonen Jump's like, no, it's still good. We want you to make another thing. So it's like
that don't sound like the move to me. That sounds like how you make something else.
No, but
that sounds like how you get aliens. That sounds like how you get aliens. Sounds like
no,
how
but
you get
I
aliens.
honestly don't think the story is gonna end too soon. not as soon as we think it's ending.
200, 250, I can see it.
I can see 50% because right now Deku's at 50% of One for All usage. So whenever it's almost chapter 300. So I can see maybe chapter 600 the story ends, but I don't see like sooner than that.
I understand.
I just can't see that sooner than that.
I feel it. I can understand that. It's just that I don't have a guess of what I would think it would end. I could just like, if it's 200, I can damn sure see it, and I think it could be done good.
Mhm.
That's all I'm really saying. I can see it, and I think it could be done good too. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I can see him fumbling the bag too. I've seen the manga this year fumble the bag. I've seen manga this year go crazy. So it's like I just think, I don't know. It's just like I just think in 200 chapters it could be done. Like I said, there's been I've read manga where entire worlds have been built up in less than that and done very well. And like I said, I do think we're at a point in time in My Hero where we've established a good enough base that we could start moving faster. And if that means
I'm not gonna leave a lot of time. I thought you were about to say do very bad. I'm about to answer throw out that fairy tale, but you know. Continue.
This nigga you got a vendetta with fairy tale because you loved it at first, didn't you?
Bro,
that was your shit at first. You loved it.
I told you the story, bro. I told you the
you
story,
love
bro.
that shit.
I was a stan, bro.
This nigga got a
then I
vendetta.
realized I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And then he
shit
found
I'm
out
watching?
Urza was just Urza.
Bro, the worst story, man, bro. Man. I hate
Shut up.
Go ahead, bro.
Sherman, he's gonna die. Calm down.
I own fairy tale manga. That's what's so bad about it.
Alright, listen, friends, family. We got any closing thoughts? What we thinking, huh? Anybody have something they want to bring on there and do it now for your whole piece? Because we about to get the fuck up out of here.
I just want to reiterate the fact that I don't think that this arc was bad. I just think it was very safe and did not push the bounds or exceed any expectations where other manga and other arcs have that I've been reading at the same time.
Keep in mind that he said that, people in the comments, because apparently y'all don't be hearing what Sherm talk. Y'all be mishearing what he say all the times, apparently. But nah, I feel it. That was a great reiteration. Nah, what's it called? My closing thoughts. I don't know. I hope the arc's not over. That's it. I hope the climax isn't over. There you go. It looks like the climax is over based off of this chapter, but I really hope it's not. I really hope the climax is here. I hope it went to like here. You know what I'm saying? I hope it didn't go all the way down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all I hope. That's all I got. That's my closing thoughts.
As long as we get the political arc that leads into civil war, because this entire
somebody in the chat wanted to know what you meant about Civil War. What do you mean by that?
Like in Civil War, when the government decided to like restrict the heroes, some heroes didn't really agree with it, so that's why Captain America and Iron Man was pretty much on the opposing side.
Oh, you're literally talking about that plot point. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so he's been pretty much building up for it, and then once the civil peace is gone, it's gonna be over with. Okay. So that's pretty much where anarchy comes from. They have no choice but to do something like that.
So I was wrong about what you meant then. I understand that. No, that plot point that would be clean. I would like that.
Because that's the best point to do it.
I thought you meant like society versus heroes, but nah, heroes versus heroes. I feel it. No, yeah, I got you. I got you, Greasy. I got you.
Even with the society versus heroes, it'll still be the same anarchy.
It'll still be raw, yeah.
Because they'll be on the opposite side of the bill.
No, yeah, I understand. I just thought that's what you meant at first, but I got you. I didn't want to answer your question for you. You feel me? Because he asked me.
I feel you.
But nah. Closing thoughts, cousins? Y'all don't have a choice. Give closing thoughts.
For me, I got this arc at a 8.5. It was hidden every week.
Respectful.
And from the last chapter, like I see a lot of people that were, basically like nah, because they feel like this is like the resolution. I don't think it's the resolution to the arc.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a few more chapters to wrap it up, and then maybe something else happens. I don't know if it's like before a time skip.
I wish Dustin was here. I wish Dustin was here to fucking box because like I know his opinion, but it's just like it's not my fucking opinion, so I'm not gonna bring it. It's not my opinion, so I'm not gonna bring it up because it's like I'm not about to argue with something that I already don't believe. But You know what I'm saying? I wish Josh was here to box with us, but you know what I'm saying? It'd be like that sometimes. He had like obligations and work and shit like that. But he'll be on the eventually. I don't know about the next one, but like he'll be here eventually. That's my nigga. So he'll be here eventually. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? He was a part of the My Hero Stand Supreme Club, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all knew how fucking like, well, I did at least. Dude, like he could flip at a dime, a switch at a dime. I knew that was it. I could see it coming. And this is like, if it ended this way, if this is how it ended, I really saw that coming because it's like I just saw that shit coming.
Y'all seen the stream? He
went crazy. It ripped it apart. I didn't watch the stream specifically because I wanted that energy here, but it'd be fine. It's fine.
After this stream, I'm about to do a stream just ripping Horikoshi in the asshole. That's exactly what he said.
But he been saying that for a long time though. Niggas just didn't believe him.
See, all Horikoshi really has to do is introduce see in the next 5 chapters, show us what the people think, the normal, regular people think.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna influence everything from there. Introduce some politicians and some with a similar vibe as Redestro.
It'll be hard. Stuff like that. It could drive that. Nah, I want to say it could drive that arc to a 9 to me, but it's looking like it's probably gonna be an 8. But again, it might not be over.
Because
so the way I see this ending.
No, you good.
Go ahead, bro.
So the way I see this ending is essentially we're gonna have like maybe 3-4 chapters more of the war, like what remnants of the war are there. Followed which we're gonna have like a cool down period. We're gonna see like everybody recovering as well as potential deaths, because I know that just because somebody seems alive in certain panels doesn't guarantee that life later on in the series. We don't know that. That being said, after the cooldown series, like we're gonna have we may have the traitor reveal there, and we might actually like transition slowly into the political arc with probably like UA facing multiple lawsuits for sending their children.
I think it's so wild that they're waiting so long for this traitor reveal, because it's like I can't like I'm trying to fathom at this point, how does it even impact? Like obviously Horikoshi may have had something
it has to be such an important character for you to hold it on long.
It has to be
some random ass character that I haven't seen. I am not gonna care. But if it's something really important, then it's gonna have a 1-2 punch.
It
like
has
the
to
impact's
be
gonna hit.
Because it's like we're at a point where it's like everything is already about to impact y'all. So it's like what more is that gonna do? But it's like, of course, like that's something that it seems like Horikoshi's been thinking about for a long time. So I expect that to be good. Like I don't care. I expect that to be good. It better fucking be good. That's wild.
But it could be just as simple as just revealing the location of All Might.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, so the difficult thing is it has to be someone important, but it also has to be believable.
Yeah.
Like he can't just say, by the way, Ochako's been the traitor.
See, but it's but it's like you can say that and then like bring it back to all of the things that they've done that are kind of sus. I think you can do that, but you got to make it make sense. It's like, but I bet you didn't understand that the fact that every time that fucking Kirishima scratched his fucking head, that was a sign to fucking Shigaraki.
Yeah, they gotta do something like that. They got to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it can happen. Just like Sherm saying, that's gonna be fucking hard.
And through perspective too, alone.
That's gonna be fucking hard.
Like,
I also think that we're gonna have a little bit more like us seeing Shinso and Shinso being able to actually because every time we've seen Shinso interact with Deku, he's always had a successor moment, like where he's able to go and meet his successors or whatnot. Right? Every time that he's had a battle with him, that's always happened. So I can see Shinso having a more prominent role. I also think it would be good training for Shinso if he was brought on along with Tsukauchi or any of the other teachers and the police officers and whatnot to interrogate the villains, because his quirk basically allows mind control. He
Yeah.
can answers the other people. So that would work for him.
Greasy in the chat brought up a good point. If the trader reveals a higher up like the rat dude, I assume he talking about Nezu. You might make that public. Honestly, that's one there. I'm like, okay, never. Like that would actually like high key make sense. Him. That would make sense. That would make sense if they waited.
That would be insane.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind that at all, and that would make sense of why it would it would have took so long. So like that's actually very like that would be a very good explanation if it was Nezu, because you can't.
Yeah, can you imagine the trader is the dude at the top?
Not only and then not only that, it was set up good. We found out the first thing we found out about the little nigga was that he was tortured and experimented on by humans. But it's like there was that, and it's like you can't like Horikoshi literally can't just be like, and Nezu's the traitor. I mean he can, and then that could be set up good. I've seen things do it, but it's like he can't. But it's just like with how he set it up, it makes sense that if it's actually Nezu, huh?
So I thought I heard Twitchy earlier, like
twitching like 45 minutes. Where you been?
Maybe I'm tripping.
There's a reason for that.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you say something a few minutes ago?
Yeah, I kind of half jokingly suggested that Froppy was the traitor.
Wait, did you say? Have you said that before? I feel like you said that before.
I have.
Yeah, you said that last podcast as well, right? Yeah.
He's just trying to hurt me.
Yeah, you said that exactly. I remember this conversation now. I remember.
In contrast, I'm actually quite disheartened that a lot of you and a lot of people are not vibing with my hero as much as I am. And I kind of stayed silent for the last hour, just kind of taking all your guys' opinions in, and I don't get it.
So,
I mean, my hero is
Mr. Twitchy.
I mean, like, this arc is a 9 for me, but my hero is my personal favorite manga still. So that's just me.
I just think it's based on expectations of what everyone wants the series to be, based in contrast of what it actually is. So
I agree. That's basically my first point, which I said.
But Mr. I did admit that when I gave it the score. I did tell him, like, well, this is my personal opinion.
Yeah, so this arc, I give it a 9.5.
Yeah, but if in its entirety of the series, it's a 10 because it had a previous arc that sets it up, and then it also has the arc. It's pretty much the sweet middle part between the cake. Because now, if this next arc is too boring, we're gonna be like, damn, it's not gonna be as good as the previous arc. But if it's too good, it's gonna be like, well, this arc set it up perfectly because of this, and this.
I think that the political arc will have less action and more like plot relevant
world building.
points. Yeah, world building, plot relevant points. It's good. It's going to be interesting for people who are not like specifically meatheads and more like intellectually like thinking in terms of the plot. So that would be really satisfactory. This arc is a 9, but my hero is still. It's my favorite manga in Shonen Jump.
No, it's just
in its entirety.
It's just that I don't. What's it called? I don't dislike the arc at all. I just don't like how it's executed. That's really it. The same thing with like manga Wano. I don't like it's executed. Anime Wano 9. Manga Wano 7.
That's it. This arc when it's animated is gonna be insane.
That's why it's like the anime. Like that's why it's like. I forget which one of y'all said like they might like. I think it was Twitchy when you said he's saving it up for Bones. I fucking hate that. I hate that. I complained about that with Black Clover. I'm complaining about that with fucking One Piece. And I swear to God, if Horikoshi doing it, I fucking hate that. Man, it's not even. That's why I'll be.
I disagree with that. I said that he sets it up well, not that he saves it.
No, I'm talking about. I'm not saying like you said it specifically. I'm just saying it like based if that's what's happening, because I brought up the One Piece. I brought up the One Piece thing first because I was talking about that.
Well, we've already talked about like the training arc beforehand for both this series and Black Clover, and there might be some Shueisha shit going on. But
shit.
I mean, it's still affecting my manga. He said fairy tale Clover, not Clover Tail. No, not Clover
Tail. Just one step away. They introduced Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. They didn't stole everything. I'm not. Where's the ring of Lucia? I'm waiting on.
Stop it. It ain't got it. It'd be like that. Is it sad that I'm probably listen? Is it disrespectful that I might read Eden Zero before I read before I read Fairy Tail. Is that disrespectful? Because I'm probably gonna read Eden Zero before I read Fairy Tail.
Well, not peep, Townzie. It's.
Don't
I
waste your
told you,
time.
Townzie.
You peeped Eden Zero?
I told you. Yeah, it's Fairy Tail,
Huh?
but with gravity.
I heard it's better.
It's
It's
Fairy
both.
Tail.
I heard it's
How can I
better.
put this? How can I put this? It's no Rave Master.
I mean, I don't got good things to say about Raven Master.
That's his best work.
I ain't got nothing good to say about that shit neither.
Let's pick up Berserk again. Don't worry about that. No, I'm joking.
We ain't gonna worry about
I'm
that. But
waiting
what
on
we are gonna worry about is how many of y'all
waiting
got
on
some closing
this Vagabond.
thoughts. Huh?
When you gonna pull out the Vagabond? I'm waiting on the Vagabond, bro. What happened?
Vagabond, I'm gonna be. It eventually. Listen. I'm reading Tokyo Ghoul. When I get done reading Tokyo Ghoul, I'm reading Tokyo Ghoul Read. When I get done with Tokyo Ghoul Read, when I get done with Tokyo Ghoul Read, I'm going into comic book mode. So listen, it's not.
Comic book.
It's
Twitchy, what was your
What
thoughts
you
on
need?
this topic side?
He about to read I Am Not Starfire.
Please don't read that garbage. I got you. Read Watchmen, bro.
I
Watchmen
know.
is amazing.
Listen, man. I got my little playlist. What y'all need to worry about is saying more closing thoughts.
Okay.
Twitchy, where do you stand? Like, what did you think?
Oh, we know what Twitchy think. That's my guy.
I thought it was a 9.5 arc. This last chapter, it was a 7.
I actually agree.
And I didn't get to bring this up earlier, but I did call the fact that was an actual all for one face in that chapter about 7 chapters
You did
ago.
call that. He did call that. He did call that, and I
No.
sure didn't believe him.
Um,
I'm just a man. I'm just an honest man. That's all it is. I'm just honest out here.
I also wanted to point out that Shigaraki might have a new form, and another cool thing that I recognized about this trio of chapters, 293 to 295.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys look at the color page for 293, the color of the hand on Shigaraki's white-haired face is black, and the charred hand that was left over from his fight with Endeavor at the start of the arc that was pulled out of his pocket by Spinner to wake him up and to turn on the all-for-one parasite symbiotic relationship, that is also black. #bars, I'm out.
And this is why I call him the joy boy of My Hero. And this is why I say this, because he be spitting. Even though he's silent.
#catfish Kaido.
Am I wrong though? Am I wrong though?
You know
Joy
what? I'm
boy.
still thinking that theory we came up with last time with the whole like trigger thing, that would have been so cool if that was implemented. That would have been insane.
Oh well.
Nah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Oh, I don't know. I was just going to say my closing thoughts, or Sherm wants to go.
Oh no, I was just saying that 293 had a really nice color page. I was looking at it because Twitchy brought it back up. It's really nice. That's all.
Sherm's like, colors are nice. 2020. Wow. I think it was nice. There's some improvement. I think the arc is an 8 out of 10. I'll write about it later.
No, you won't.
She won.
I have a reason. Leave me alone.
All right, but you didn't deny what I just said. Anyway, did we miss anybody's closing thoughts? Did we miss anybody? I've only been asked for 15 minutes. Listen, it was a fun podcast. We box a lot. Dustin wasn't here and we box a lot still, so that's actually pretty funny. But the next time, I assume there will be more in suits. And we'll have, you know what I'm saying, we might have another few chapters in the back end, you feel me? We might have some more in the chamber, you feel me? Nah, man, it was a fun ass fucking, it was just fun. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know what's going on, Premiere Gang. Those of y'all that's at the Premiere, appreciate y'all for coming through. Those of y'all that's in the Twitch stream, appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know what's going on the Mondays is when it happens. Listen, we not consistent and be like that sometimes. But shit comes up, man. Shit comes up. We ain't consistent, but when we do the thing, it's gonna be on Mondays, and we gonna let you know. So, if you wanna know, you probably will pull up to the Discord, which is in the description. Alright? Great. That's what I needed to do. Pull up to the Discord, and you'll be able to know when we go live. Other than that, appreciate y'all. Y'all know what's going on. Hero City Podcast. We out. Goodbye.